Yes.
Which task are we leaving on?
Oh my god, 120.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 16th, I believe, episode of The Weave. My name is Lucas, and today we're Dungeon Master. And today we have a Keth back from the Scotland, where you were like, I don't know, just doing some music artists do, I guess.
Barding around.
You sorry then. And then you barding around. And Niall is going to hear any minute now. So anyway, we're going to recap what happened last Sunday. The party attempted to find about what was going on with the cultists in Yellowspire. Before that they had split. Keth has gone to a different place to do a bit of his own business, while everyone else went to Yellowspire. And there it soon all devolved into violence, with Silas soon cut off on his own as the party made their way upstairs. With a bit of with a bit of skill.
Slick skill.
Slick skill.
Sick.
And a lot of luck, Silas managed to survive a battle against 3 flying serpents until Gerhorn came to his aid to save him, with the help of a passerby too.
Well, I saved myself, I like to think.
You
would die.
The first time. Well, not yet.
Gerhorn helped you help yourself. That's it.
Yes.
And meanwhile, the rest of the party overpowered the cultists upstairs, leaving with some documents and items found inside, which you haven't checked what they are yet. The party then made their way back to the manor, where they learned Elgin and Jenks had been arrested by the Watch, members that Niall had sent back to the house to take care of the corpses, with the specific instruction not to look into the basement, something they obviously decided was worth checking out. They went to the local North Wall courthouse, where they meet the local magistrate. Jenks is quickly released as Silas, Mr. Strange claims to be his father. Genhorn introduces himself as a member of the Enclave, and the magistrate quickly releases his assumption. Quickly reassess his assumption of the manor being a Greyhound sanctioned safe house, and realizes he wasn't right, and this was all like unsanctioned business. Now within 24 hours to have a document signed by the Blackstaff sanction in the manor, so the illegal business conducted there can be overlooked as part of the special agreement and clout of the Greyhounds over the sea. Silas has an extended chat then with the magistrate about his business as a cobbler.
Silas didn't.
Sorry, Doctor Strange. And his wife, Veronica, tragically killed in the Trollskull Alley explosion. After they leave the courthouse, successfully releasing Elgin and James, Millicent and Genghorn go to the Seven Masks Theatre, meeting J.B. Nevercott, a haberdasher working there on costumes. He gives you a set of documents that you are to bring to the Wazoo to plant there for so they can be like printed as they. It's a series of exposés on certain rumors about infernal activities and noble families. You also like get to see how wonderful the Seven Masks Theatre is. At the same time, Niall Withing goes to Blackstaff Tower, where he gets the document signed that he needs to at least, if not sanction the house, at least made this incident overlooked by the Sea Watch. But he's put on probation for a 10-day. That means that he cannot pull his weight around and abuse the power of his Greyhound's badge to get out of trouble. He needs to stay out of trouble with the Sea Watch, as the Greyhounds are trying to change their reputation. At the same time, Silas reads the letter that Elgin had left for him, with instructions to go to a villa in the Casa Ward, where you go to make a drop, game to meet a couple of people that there obviously work for the Santas. You have a conversation, there is a bit of confusion, but you manage to talk your way out of it, while also learning that this is where the good standing people of Waterdeep get to meet in order to be brought down to Skullport, where they can participate as spectators in the gladiatorial combat that is otherwise super forbidden in Waterdeep. And one thing is you had asked to know what was the price for such a thing. And they tell you that for someone
Yes.
uninitiated, meaning not, but so they have several tiers. They have the VIP package, which includes private hospitality and special access privilege, including a welcome by the senator himself.
Oh my god.
But that is currently out of. I mean, that cannot be offered to someone without prior, like going up the ranks in trust. Then they have the loyalty card package, which is the common VIP area, except as opposed to your own booth, and you don't get to meet Santa. But it's kind of like a nice hospitality package based for loyalty card holders, and that is so. The first one is 100 gold pieces per person, 100 dragons. The VIP package. The common VIP package is 20 dragons per person. Keep in mind that you're also expected to put on wagers once you're there, and different tiers have different max wages you can bet on. And then you have the normal price, which is the common VIP area is 40 gold per person. And the normal price is 25 gold per person, and that is just give you access to like the general admission.
There's quite a difference, like only double the price for like pretty good VIP level.
Yeah,
I mean,
per person, because the thing is
But
the
the 100
VIP
gold
you
is-
need
Yeah,
at least a minimum amount of person, whether it's like entourage or
Yeah.
guards. So you end up paying realistically for a booth and the private package. You end up paying for like 5 to 6 people, so maybe 500 to 600 dragons really, because you're not going there on your own.
that's how they get
Just to see someone fight. Yeah, but it's mingling networks.
I mean that's the thing about the VIP packages in the
We should do a link on the thing.
Oh, the Twitter link. Oh, I don't. Yeah.
And retweet it.
So yeah, that's what you learn. And what we're gonna do now? Let me just. I don't understand what's going on here. What we're gonna do now is because after that you all went back to the manor. We are going to.
We didn't go back.
Hmm?
We didn't go back.
You were going to.
The Wazoo.
Oh, you were going directly to the Wazoo offices. Cool. Okay, yes. We're gonna pick it up where... shit.
This doesn't bode well for me.
We're gonna pick it up where we left. Keth, can you tweet? Because, yeah. I need to log in as... Oh, there we go. Ah, I found it. It's so difficult to...
Should we hire like a social media marketing person?
Community manager, yeah.
Community manager, yeah.
We are getting to that size. We do have 7 followers on Twitter. So that's more than one.
Yeah, we cannot-
Does
Yeah.
anyone know anyone that you can use Twitter and has 10 minutes free on a Sunday afternoon?
The market's just jam packed.
Yes, we can
Chat 'em
man-
everywhere.
we can manage one of our followers
there
each,
we go.
and if it's ourselves, it'll be...
So you had gone to Fenris's Storm Castle house in the Trade Ward. That's where Solomil Silvingus had sent you to. So you start making, you make your way. It is still the 11th of Hammer. Is after you came back from, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought I left in the morning when they went to
Yes.
the tower.
It was a
Yeah, well, they went to the Yellow Spire. Yes, correct. So you make your way to Tracewood, and you see there is this in Quill Alley opposite the Zorostar, which is Zorostar.
Is this is the same day we met the crab lady, right? Did we meet her today as well? Then went to Yellow Spire Tower. We met the crab lady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
it
it's
is-
the
it is-
afternoon.
it
It's
is
the
10th.
afternoon.
Okay.
Because we went through the same thing last week. It is the 10th.
Yes. This is the Zorstar.
Yeah.
It's a guild hall. It's the Scriveners, Scribes, and Clerks Guild.
Mm.
It's it's a guild hall. And but obviously in Quillali there is this house that you have been sent by Solomon Silvenfingers. It's the classic Trades War house, only 2 stories tall, kind of like quite narrow, and everything around there. All the houses are like jam packed together. Some are like 4 or 5 stories, but this one is not particularly tall. It has a gable, like tiled roof, snow kind of accumulating, and there is a single door, but it's not directly on like the wall, the face. There's kind of like a set of stairs, kind of like a Georgian terrace, like maybe 3 steps with an awning, kind of like protecting, and the doors there, and those 3 steps end up in a landing where there are like a few plum pots with like dried up plants and trees, not very tall because it's the middle of winter. Snow is kind of like blowing sideways and covering that whole area. So, but there is a bit of an awning there with the stops, with the steps where you can just stop right before the door. There is a single window. There are no windows on the ground floor, but there are 2 windows on the upper floor right above you, and they're all like shuttered. It doesn't look run down, but it doesn't look like super well maintained. It looks like some houses around this area of the church are better maintained. It's either a private residence or it's not an open business right now.
It's a Trolls Hall Inn of the trade world.
No, I mean no. Trollsville
No,
Manor is
yeah,
much
yeah.
bigger and much more run down.
Is the light? Can you see light through the windows?
No, at the moment no, and you see the candle lights like kids that go around the city that are starting to slowly like turn on like the lamps around the streets area. In the trades world, they do it like almost immediately because they start their rounds here
Okay.
from the candlelight and lamp posts. Something guild. So there is light outside, but not coming from the inside.
I'm gonna walk around the house or around the block.
Well, you cannot.
Can you walk around the block and find the back of the
Let's
house?
see. You can walk around. There is the wide way. So if you go left, you can go around, and then there's an alley that goes all the way back inside with houses, and you think that the house at the very back of the alley is the back of the house.
Okay. And what are there any doors? Are there any windows?
There is a smaller door that appears to be kind of like a service door where people would. There's a lot of like rubbish here in
Okay.
this alley.
Okay, I'll go all the way back
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll knock on the door of the house.
Okay. Heavy oak door. It has like a very deep sound. Moment. No response.
I'll try it.
Okay. Snow falls a bit from the awning with the vibrations, but nothing.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna go around.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the windows as I leave. By the way, let's see. if there's
The
any-
windows round.
No, the
yeah.
windows. Well, I guess around, but I guess particularly the house where I just knocked the door off.
Okay. Yeah, it's make a perception check.
Natural ones.
So,
in your eye.
There's no one there. The city is empty. Yeah, no, you don't see any kind of activity or anything that catches your eye.
Okay. I'm gonna walk all the way around to
Mhm.
what is the back alley, or the door there I think
Mhm.
belongs to the house. I'm gonna grab a fistful of snow, put in like a pocket of my cloak or something, pack it up well so it doesn't
Yeah.
melt straight away. Look around behind me. And just actually, first I'm gonna knock.
Okay, you knocked. It's a like a lighter wood door, so it kind of vibrates a bit more. But yeah, pong 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 pong, but no response. what you notice something interesting here. There's like a dead tree, kind of like growing because this alley. So the front is all cobblestones, but here in this alley there's is muddy, and it's kind of like trodden, and you know your big like winter boots are kind of again all like caked in mud, and there is again another kind of like bent tree that is dead. And one thing you notice that is a bit weird, it is growing right next to the door, is that it's kind of full of cobwebs, like spider webs.
Yeah.
And as far as you can tell, in the middle of winter, that's strange, particularly outdoors. And it's kind of, you know, when you have those cobwebs that are like very thick and like it's not like a one of those like beautiful looking, but it's kind of all like almost like a white cotton texture to it.
I don't want to do this. Okay, Okay. First, I'm gonna put my ear to the door.
Okay. Yeah, to the door. Nothing.
And I'm going to look in this tree of cobwebs to see if there's
Okay.
anything. here
Make an
inside.
investigation check.
10.
10. The only thing that you can see is that this tree, the trunk is probably this wide, and on one side, the cobwebs kind of like part of it, and there's a bit of a hole in the bark.
Mm.
You know, like maybe like this big.
Okay. I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna make a little globule of light just like appear in that little hole.
Okay. It's maybe this deep, and it's just.
It's empty.
I mean, from this angle where you're looking at, yes, you see the floor of the hole kind of like darkens a bit, so you cannot see inside. It is kind of like hollow.
Probably hate spiders. Okay, I'm gonna break off a tiny branch of the tree,
Yeah, you go do that. When you do that, the tree kind of vibrates a bit.
and then I'm gonna put the tree in the poke out into the hole.
So you put that into the hole.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do that, suddenly the whole like cobweb vibrates, and a really big spider, like this big,
Yeah.
kind of like not from out the hole, like somewhere in between the kind of comes out
Yeah.
and stops right next to the like the edge where the hole is, where your stick is,
Yeah.
and he stands there and he's just straight looking at you
Holy shit.
with the two like front legs like raised like this, and he's just looking at you.
I'm gonna.
Make an nature check. With advantage because it's a spider.
16.
16.
Well.
Well, we have an eye
all
on
of you here. Trying something without me, are you?
Watch your
Watch out with the your back. Don't. Yeah. There we go. Oh, the curtains. Yeah. No, you step on it, but it's fine. Yeah, you're good.
Excuse me.
You're good.
Oh, scusi.
So as you know, we started the session with Keth. He had gone to Ferris's Stone Castle house, so that's where we are now. So what was your roll? Sorry.
16.
16. So as far as you can tell, this is not normal behavior for a spider. The fact that he's just standing there staring at you. They will normally try to hide, play dead, or make you ignore them or attack if they're aggressive. But just standing there on the cobwebs staring at you, you think it's a bit weird.
I will say to it in Undercommon, I have an audience with Mr. Stonecastle.
So the spider disappears again.
Did it nod? A little spider nod.
No, it just disappeared back into the webs.
Alright, I will wait for a couple of minutes, and
Yeah.
nothing happens.
No.
take my lockpicks.
Okay.
Actually, before I do that, I will put my hand. Put my hand in the hole at
Okay.
the bottom and see if there's any keys there.
Make an investigation check.
18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you put your hands, you go like down and up, and then in the hollow of the tree up there's a key. And as you're doing that, the spider comes out, and it's kind of like almost caressing the inside of your wrist with its front legs, but it's not doing anything. And you go, and you got the key. You got the key.
Okay.
It opens.
Can I open the door and get inside?
Right. You go inside. It's quite dark. It's a bit of a stuffy building. It smells of wax and oil. There are bookshelves. There's a table and like half-eaten food, some like off-season fruit. There's plates. You can definitely see with your dark vision, like lamps, like a couple of oil lamps, maybe attached to sconces in the walls, and there are a couple of candles, and it's all unlit. But there's this strong smell of wax oil, bookshelves, a desk, door leading. The door leading to the front is like an open area here. There is a fireplace with one of these holder things and a pot hanging off, and then the set of stairs that go to the upper floor.
Clear my voice, my throat. Mr. Stonecastle?
No response.
Okay. I'll go to the desk where there's some papers, I think you said. Or
Yeah, there's some papers and half-eaten food. And
Just quickly let's go through them. Just feel that.
okay. I mean, there are a few papers. One thing that you notice immediately, they're all written in Undercommon, in Drow particularly, like the dialect. But it doesn't make sense. There's a bit of a code
Code
to
of
them, some kind of cipher. You know, it could be. Make an intelligence check.
Weak point. 7.
7. Yeah, you know that there are substitution ciphers or like the basic stuff, but you.
Okay. Are they signed?
Actually, wait, no, sorry, because you speak Drow, make it with advantage.
30.
Alright, if you spend some time, you could probably start figuring out, you know, by writing down what the substitutions might be or whatnot.
Okay. There are many of these papers, right?
There are quite a few. There are quite a few papers that are written in common, and they're all about some business with the trades world. There appears to be 1 second. Appears to be to and from a guy called Ferenc Stonecastle, but specifically, and this is what I'm trying to find. 1 second. There we are. They appear to be addressed to the Black Blood Hog Posey.
The Black Blood Hog Posey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Posey, how do you pronounce it? Posey? Yeah. Which you might have heard, you know, as part of your mercenary business. There was it used to be a gang of like brigands, horse riders, and brigands that operated outside Waterdeep, kind of.
So what did the papers say? I mean,
It's just that they are trying to like it's apparently no more from what you can gather, but they're trying to maybe establish, release some funds after they were seized or whatever, and establish some kind of business, clean their name, and some were killed. It's kind of, you think it's private correspondence between Fenrirus and some kind of lawyers.
Okay.
And then you have 4 messages that are in this Drow cipher that know in common. And they all have like a very tiny seal.
Okay. I'm gonna. Is there any way to tell which one is the most recent?
Hard to tell. I mean, how would you do that? What you know is, so some of them are signed. One of them is signed by AC. The other one is signed by RM. And the other one is signed by FL. And the other one is not signed. So FL, RM, and AC. Oh, and one is signed by SX.
SX.
Their all initials.
I'm gonna take the one by Richard.
So
Nixon.
sorry, and there are 5 of them, not 4. 5.
Okay. I'm gonna take one of them.
Okay, random.
Yeah, I'll take the one by Richard Nixon.
By Richard Nixon.
No, RM.
RM. Yeah.
Let's look at it.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave those there for now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the rest of the house.
You're gonna go
Yeah, I'm gonna do
search through the rest of the house.
Well, to the next room.
Sure. Okay. Make a general investigation check. This is as you're going through things. You're trying to. I mean, if there are things to see, you see them. You're trying to see if there are more.
12.
12. Alright. The only thing that you go through the house. The only thing that is obviously more interesting is in a desk, in a like the night thingy, the night table that is right next to the bed on the top floor. There is a leather pouch, kind of not pouch, kind of like one of those things where you can extend, like when you have tools.
Okay.
But instead of tools, there are 10 crossbow bolts that are all individually put there, and the tip of the bolts, they're kind of like there's like a bit of a leather holder, so they go against the leather holder, and the leather is kind of like oiled. You know, there's this smell of oiled leather, and you immediately recognize as the holders of the same people that attacked you the first night on the poisoned bolts. There are 20 bolts in this holder. And you actually know about this poison.
Yeah. Is there any downstairs? Is there any more paper that I can see?
I mean, there are bookshelves, but with your general investigation, unless you're gonna start reading all the books.
No. I'm just looking for paper. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of copying down the messages.
Oh yeah, sorry. There is blank sheets of paper. Yes, and there are quills, and this is Quill Alley, and the Scribes Guild is right next door.
Okay.
And in fact, there's a lot of implements here. Whatever this person is doing, he's writing lots of messages because you have quills, lots of inks. You have a bunch of things to seals. You have wax that you can melt.
Okay.
You have the little tiny spoons to hold the wax to then like pour and seal.
Okay.
Lots of writing stuff.
Okay, fantastic. Well, in that case, I'll set out 3 globes of light to give
Okay.
it proper light.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'll sit down and I'll start copying these messages, the code at once, like,
Okay,
and I'll sort of try to do the diagram of the seals or whatever that.
okay. You start copying. After about 10-15 minutes, you're like through the third or fourth.
Mm-hmm.
The front door, you hear a key.
Okay. I'll snuff the lights.
You snuff the lights and you're sitting there on the table with all your implements.
Oh, this is the front door that leads to this room.
Yeah, the front door
Oh,
of the house
okay.
leads to an open area, I told you, on the ground floor.
Oh, I thought like because I entered through the back room.
No, it was a single open area in the
Okay.
ground floor.
Yes, I'll snuff the lights and I'll just pocket the papers that I've just copied.
So you put the papers, you leave the other ones there.
Yeah, that was
Okay. So the door opens and you see entering the house a middle-aged man, white skin, has a red hawk tattoo on his right cheek,
Mm-hmm.
and bit of a like scraggly and unkempt beard, kind of like shakes the cold and snow from the outside, and looks at you. You drop.
I've been sent by Solomil.
He kind of comes over, takes a good look at you, and he says, "Huh, you people are becoming better at blending in. To then train I, you almost look human." Grabs his coat, put it there. So what's and you drops. What do you want?
Quite the contrary, actually. I've been told you can put me in contact with Mr. Sword.
Mr. Zord.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get this idea?
This little dwarf with the tattoos and the skewer dragon, a friend of ours.
Wow. Make an insight check.
He's going to kill me. 15.
15, okay. You notice he's kind of like taken aback a bit by this, but why would one like you ask him to get you in touch with the sword? He's kind of like trying to like figure out the process information. Well, Sawmill, I mean, I can get you in touch with he will say your name, 1 second. I can get you in touch with Krebik. You sort it out. I don't know, are you new in town? Are you a new recent arrival?
Yeah, I was brought over from what's Skullport.
Skullport. Okay. Well, if you're gonna meet with Krebik, might as well tell him this. Since you're here, don't want to wait with this information. It's too dangerous. I've looked into the whole explosion thing. It's pretty much all confirmed. Floxin was caught in it, but managed to make it.
What's her name?
Floxin. Floxin.
Okay.
He's sure to be pissed off and leading his strike team on the Villa now. Old Ice Docks has posted gazers too. You don't have much time to act. It's going to be a shit show up there, and you want to be there when it happens. Those stupid greyhounds have bit way more than they can chew. I know you all don't care about my suggestions, but I've been in this game this year far longer than you lot. My recommendation is that he sends his A-team to this. It doesn't matter how much fun he has with his so-callous approach. The time for subterfuge and games will soon be over. Shit's about to get very, very messy. I'm very sure this time, so I expect to receive real payment, the reward I was promised. Tell him that too. I'll be lying low for a few days. Things are getting too hot for comfort. Off you go now.
What did he say? Sorry about what's the place where things is gonna happen? I didn't quite get it.
I can
Okay,
give you the whole
okay,
text
okay.
because you can ask whatever you want.
No.
But he like kind of like said
Yeah,
this
he-
as if you knew what he was talking about.
Yeah. Very well. So where can I find Krebick?
Fuck if I know. He hasn't told me. They move around the rooftops. He comes and goes whenever the fuck he wants. He's the only one. Well, no, I mean you of course. You know how to get the key. Spider one bit.
Very well. I guess maybe Solomon will know.
Sure. Just tell him I want my reward. I've been fucking loyal.
You've been a good servant of the Spider Queen.
Fuck the Spider Queen. I serve him.
They're one and the same. Yeah, I'll take a bow and
Sure. Oh, take the papers. Take the letters. Sorry.
oh, you mean this one?
There's a few there for distribution, and do what you will if Krebick's not coming for them.
Alright. I'll pick up all of them.
Great.
Alright. Pocket them.
Yep.
Leave.
Right.
And put the key back in. Spider web. Spider hole.
So you go there.
I
You
can't-
need to go in and then hide in the hole like in the.
Okay, I'm
As
gonna.
you do that.
I'm gonna grab a little stick and try to push the
Well,
stick.
no, you need to go in and like do this.
Do I have gloves? No, I don't have gloves.
Mage hand?
I don't have mage hand. What are we gonna do?
Throw it on the floor and run.
Screw it. I'm just gonna like, put it in the hole.
Okay, so you put it in the hole. As you do that, the spider comes in kind of to touch your hands. As you put it in the hole, it goes phew, and disappears down the hollow part.
Oh.
And you hear boom, 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 like way down the hollow tree.
Oops, my bad.
The spider kind of and then it goes back to sleep.
Yeah. And I'm actually gonna make my way to the Splinter Dragon. The Skewer Dragon.
To Skewer Dragon.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys, back where you so you were making your way back to the manor. You and I are after Blackstaff as well. So let's go to you guys that were making your way to the Wazoo offices. Yep. The Waterdeep Wazoo offices are in the Trace Ward as well, near the Sea of the Dead, kind of like east from the Sea of the Dead, kind of like opposite, towards where the castle in Castle Ward is.
West.
Sorry, west. That's correct.
Things over there, you can't see it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's around that general area, and I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out as you start walking around. As eventually you see like a sign that says Waterdeep Wazoo editorial offices. It's a 4-story building, again quite narrow, as in the Trace World everything is kind of like jam-packed together. And it is currently, since it's quite late at this point, lights are out, but there are quite a few people walking around the streets, as is the Trace World. Still moving, there's some business being conducted. And the front door of the building is open, and there is it's kind of like recessed, and there is like an awning as well, and it is double doors and it's just open, but you don't see light in the second to fourth floor.
So the doors to the Wazoo are open.
The ground floor doors are open.
What's the plan here?
So you're sure this is a good idea to do without the others?
I mean,
House.
it's just a newspaper office, right? We're not really just going to drop off a letter.
Okay. I mean, we're doing it secret, right? They're not supposed to know that we're doing this.
Yes.
So we'll go in the front door. Oh, which floor are they on? They all
Yeah.
floors?
Who are we supposed to see?
So you know that you You want Never Caught wanted this delivered anonymously to the desk of a publisher called Gaxley Rutherbust.
Gaxley Rutherbust.
Rudder, as in the rudder of a ship,
Okay.
bust.
Rutherbust. Nice. Hot.
And he has a desk in the Wazoo, and he's like an editor, and just anonymously leave it there, so you don't have to answer questions of where it came from. He needs to find it and say, "Fuck, this is good. I don't care where it came from."
Are we kind of like in an area where there's a little bit of... We can kind of hide a little bit if we wanted to read it.
It's quite busy, this area, because this area is close to like the really big avenue that separates the Trace Wall from the Castle Ward.
Okay.
And there's still business being, like, things being brought from one place to the next. So it's quite busy still.
Should we just find a quiet...
We can read it here. No one knows what we're doing. We're just reading the letter.
That is true.
You got it?
Yeah.
Let's go to a dodgy corner.
Yeah.
Bend over.
What might have I
This is
reading?
worse than all the other stuff you've done.
So, okay. So you start reading, and it is quite outrageous. All the information there includes several families, and all the families. There is kind of like a web linking all the families, but all points back to the Castellanters and their banking business. And it all reads a bit like crazy conspiracy theories, with like randomly capitalized words and kind of like a tweet from a conspiracy theorist.
Does it mention the Orbez family?
It does not mention the Obes family. Well, actually, yes, but like on a very like far corner, not as the one of the main ones. It starts at the end of it. It starts becoming a bit crazy because it ends up involving like sacrifices of young virgin girls and boys, the blotting of the red sun. There are dealings and ancient vampires that, as everyone knows, can be found inside the secret places under the sea, and it's
Everybody
all.
knows it.
Huh?
Everybody knows it.
Yeah, as everyone knows, all the vampires down in the sea, in the sewers, like with the crocodiles, can be linked back to this infernal cult led by the Castellantes. It's a wacky, like, theory written by one like the kind of blog you would read like in an 80s GeoCities website with the spinning like flames, and it all reads like that. But that's pretty much the gist of it.
Well, this is pretty scary. I didn't know it went this deep.
It mentions all of them, like the Castellantes. Okay, I mean, we can read this again tomorrow or whenever they put it in the paper, so
Yeah, that's true.
everyone else will see it.
Alright. Maybe, how should we do this? Should I just maybe turn it into like a dog or something and take it in?
We need to find out which desk is his and where they are, because this is a
That's
big
true.
building. So we go in there and say hi to the first person we meet, find out where the offices are, then go to the offices if it's more than one thing in the building. I don't know how much it takes to make a paper. It's just like writing. So
Yeah.
then we go in there and then we speak to someone, and then whilst someone's speaking to someone, the other person goes puts it on the desk.
Alright, okay. Maybe, what if I come in separately with the letter, and then you give me like a signal?
I could tell you, I could go in there, find my way there, tell you where it is, and then you can do your weird.
Wait, as you are talking, you feel like a storm is kind of like brewing. There's like thunder in the distance. It's kind of still snowing, but it's been quite a few days of nice weather, almost no snow and cloudy, but without storms, and it's kind of like building up now to.
That's really strange because like earlier on I specifically checked the weather and it's
Really?
I did. It's supposed to be clear skies.
But for the next day.
Oh, the next day. Okay. Well, the next 24 hours. But
Looks
Next
like
week
you're
was-
shit at Druidcraft.
Yeah.
I
Sometimes it fails.
You need the level 8.
I must have checked the day after's weather. I must have read the wrong page.
I should have said that was a storm coming. So it was my bad. You would have predicted the storm.
I remember I forgot to tell everyone, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna find where it is, and then I'll send you a message in your head and tell you where it is. If you stand here, then I'll know where to point to tell you,
Right.
and then you can do something. So you hold onto the note. What do you want to do with it?
I'm just probably going to put it on his desk.
Right. So how? Just like
Uh,
walk up there later and just be like, "Hello." Put it on his desk and walk out.
Yeah, maybe. Or I could just turn into a cat or something.
Cat with a letter. And if he gets seen, that's gonna be real weird. A cat delivered this letter. Or maybe a cat delivering letters. Maybe a dog. Maybe an animal delivering a letter is like enough of a sign that it's something special.
Yeah. But you can't ask cats questions.
That's true, which is good.
This is a bulletproof plan, even though bullets aren't a real thing. But
It's a narrow proof. Slingshot proof.
slingshot proof. Alright.
So I'll just wait here. I don't even need to go inside. You can just go in.
But I don't know where his desk is.
Oh right, okay. I'll do that. Okay, I'm gonna go in.
So okay, you go in. So you enter the offices of the Wazoo. The ground floor is kind of like a reception area. There's a desk and there's a person behind the desk. An old man, probably around between 50 and 60s. Grain beard and white hair, black skin, kind of like wrinkled face, and is writing something on a piece of paper. He has a big stack and what was I about to say? The phone. Because that's how it looks in my head, you know, like the
LCD
office.
screen on the back.
Yeah,
Logo.
a neon sign. And it's just there's the like a hand painted sign of the Water the Wazoo logo, which is the one that kind of like looked a bit
Are
like.
there any signs telling you where things?
And then on the sides there are what appears to be offices with like little plaques, and then a set of stairs behind the desk that go up, but that's it. And the man is writing and looks at you. Sorry, if you have business with anyone today, I'm afraid it's too late. We only have the interns working out on some of the stories for tomorrow.
Do not know who I am. Never mind. I'm just gonna start walking upstairs.
Make a deception check.
That's 21.
21.
Yeah.
Looks. Of course, sorry, my memory these days, you know how it goes. Yes, go about your business. Should I tell anyone if they ask for you that you're?
I'm just popping in. Don't worry about it. I'll be gone in a second.
Oh, okay, sure thing. Yeah. Sorry, he keeps writing. Okay, so you so what are you doing in the meantime? You're outside.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
It's just wait. You have the letter with you.
No, he's got that.
Oh, you got the letter. Okay, so. Okay, you start going upstairs. First floor, pretty much the same thing, but instead of like this big open area in the middle, there's kind of like a big room with an oval table that appears to be that takes most of the space, like a big meeting room, and there's kind of like black painting walls all around it, where people have been writing with chalk, and there is this stories and kind of like plot lines that they can run and whatnot, and it all, like some of it like really like super stupid, but yeah, it's whatever they're working on, and meet here to discuss, and some offices with little black names as well.
Okay.
And some are open. You hear someone's rasping, so that there's still people in some of those mini offices.
Right. So I gotta. Is there any? You said it was a plaque or something. So is there any way I can find out? Like.
Yeah. Every door
It's got a name.
has a name on it.
Okay, I'm gonna try and see some of the names. Look for the shape of the words. Actually,
So without having to go one by one, just see if you can figure out from.
kind of like from a distance, just kind of looking.
Yeah.
At the,
Oh, yeah,
is
make
it
a
the right
perception check.
length and the right
Yeah,
shape.
yeah, makes sense.
17.
17. Not on this floor. Not that you can tell.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up and see what's on the next floor.
On the next floor. Okay. The next floor, half of it is kind of so there is a single hallway. You go up the stairs onto the landing. There's a single hallway and a big double door that you can imagine takes to something that is half the whole like floor plan, and then just a few offices to the left and right. But they do. It looks a bit nicer here. There are like plant pots and everything is close here. And
Okay.
there's one more floor with the
Let's
attic.
have a quick look at the names again, see if I can see. Like, just,
Okay.
like if they're all doors are closed, I'm gonna walk up and down. Just
Yeah, you walk up and down, and no one is Gaxley,
okay.
and the big doors at the back says director, but it doesn't say anything.
Right, I'm gonna just check the top floor. Quickly.
Okay, you go up top floor, and it's a bit of a mess here. There are like piles of crates and newspapers, like brochures, discarded brochures from other editions. They use this as some kind of storage, and there are two offices with no plaques, and with the desk full of crap. This is kind of like half storage, half working area. That it is very very messy, and like the walls are kind of there are cork boards with like different things pinned in it with like linking stories and whatnot, and there is a single woman there, probably early 20s, and she has red hair, kind of like a white reddish skin. She doesn't appear to be human, but you're not entirely sure what like very pink red skin, what race she might be, and she's kind of like sitting there in writing something in one of those really really messy desks,
Okay.
and looks up at you. Yes,
Oh, sorry, I was looking for Gaxley.
he's not here.
I can see that. So you pointed at the other desk.
Yeah,
Never mind. Is he in tomorrow or?
who the fuck's knows?
Right. Okay.
He's always going around here like hunting for the best stories.
No,
Idiot.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. And I just thank you anyway, and I start walking down the stairs again.
Okay,
And then.
sure. Do you want to leave an outfit?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I'll just walk.
Okay.
And then I'll go back down to the first floor where there's the chalk stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write the Castellantes on the board,
Mhm.
so if I can, just like secretly, with no one seeing me do that.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Ooh, that's a 7 plus 3, so 10.
10. Okay. Considering the people that are working here are not like particularly looking outside, 10 is fine. So you go, you write it somewhere.
Yeah,
Like
not
just
like
Castellantes.
massive.
Okay, just you scribble it. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go down to the just go back outside and find Genhorn.
Yeah, you get home. Thunder in the distance.
Wow, that's a storm, isn't it?
I was gonna send a message, but it didn't seem like I needed to. So I found out where his desk is. It's on the top floor, but there's someone in there that saw me go in. So it might look a little bit weird if you go in there immediately afterwards and deliver a thing, but maybe also not.
Should we wait like 5 minutes maybe? Or?
Yeah. We'll wait 5 minutes and then you go do whatever. It's just top floor. There's 2 desks up there. One of them's got a lady on it, and the other one is the Gaxley desk. And there's one on the left or right, I'm gonna say.
It was so as you enter the attic is the one on the left.
Yeah.
So the one on the right was the woman's.
Yeah.
Alright.
Top
So-
floor on the left.
Just wait sort of 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then if there's like any kind of darkened alley or something, I mean, it's
Yeah,
dark,
yeah.
right?
It is. There are like many alleys
Okay.
around the area.
So I'll just put the note in my mouth
Okay.
first, and then turn to a cat.
Okay.
So
So
I've still
you
got the note in my mouth. 'Cause
Okay. So you're going to get cat. You go.
but a different type of looking cat this time. Just like, you know,
Yeah.
more mischievous looking alley cat.
Mischievous looking alley cat.
With
Okay.
similar
Stripey.
eyes.
With like mischievous stripes and like bristly
Yeah.
mischievous hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Make a
one of
perception
those
check by the
ears
way,
is
as
a
you're
bit-
doing this in this dark alley.
Ooh, 18.
18. for a second, but then it's gone. It's kind of like as you are about to transform, it's like, what is that? And the storm with the thunder, the light, kind of like you think for a second, it silhouettes a figure way up in the roof that was kind of like leaning, looking, and then you look up and it's gone. It was just a feeling. Because you're in this alley and it is quite narrow, and there are like 4-story buildings, so it was quite high.
I'm turning into a cat now. Meow. Meow. Oh.
Yeah, so you turn into a cat. You walk out of the snow where Millie's kind of there in the darkness as people are kind of like turning the lights.
Can I like sniff up to see if I could see and smell anything? I don't know. Probably not.
Make a smell check.
With advantage because I'm a cat. Ooh. I think the perception's the same, isn't it? So 21.
So the overwhelming smell right now is that of an impending storm,
Yeah.
and your cat instincts kind of like kick in, and you want to go take shelter. This is not a good place to be out there, and you look around and you know with 100% certainty, just with the smell and everything, you cannot smell any cats around here. All the animals, they're all
Gone.
hiding away.
Right. Gonna make my way into the paper office now.
Right. Yeah. So
Um,
you go inside.
Yeah. I'll try and like sneak past.
Sneak. Okay, make a stealth check. A cat stealth.
5.
5. The guy that is on the desk right in there looks at you. Hey, no. Kind of like grabs a piece of paper, makes a ball and goes, yeah. It's not making any damage, but let's see if it misses. But like, poop, poop. Go away, there's nothing for you here.
Cats
can't read.
I attack now. I'm gonna. He's behind the desk.
Yeah,
He
he's-
like sit down.
Yeah, he's sit down, and you can notice he may be of an effort to kind of like, It's just he's not a fast man.
You got paper, like a piece of paper in your mouth, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep just walking towards him.
Okay,
Got a note for me.
he looks at you.
Oh, may someone send you a kitty?
Yep.
And then just what?
Just walk past to go.
Walk
upstairs,
past.
yeah.
Okay.
Wait there!
As he,
He stands up and
And
starts
stands up.
going after you.
I gonna hidden step,
Okay.
so I turn invisible and.
So as you're out of sight, like the first set of stairs. Okay. Because he starts, you hear, where are you going? Okay, what do you have there? And you hear the clunk, 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 like the croaking of the stairs as he's going up slowly with a bit of a limp. So you can like get invisible, get to the first floor before the visibility runs out, and now you're visible again on the first floor, and you hear the person coming up the stairs. Here you are in this room and with the big meeting table.
I'll find my way up. So because you said he was in the.
Yeah. So you're gonna run all the way upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can run all the way upstairs.
And walk in there. So is that person still in there?
Well, you assume so. As you come up and appear, do you want to appear like you want to sneak in or?
Yeah, trying to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, 22.
Okay. So there's so much stuff to hide behind in the attic because of all the papers and all these crates and all this discarded shit that you just jump and immediately hide behind a crate, kind of like climb on top of it and take a look, and yeah, you see the woman that hasn't noticed you that's still writing.
I'll walk up like behind her
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of walk past around the front of her.
Okay.
Just kind of
Yeah.
sit down, drop the letter on her feet.
On her feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want her to notice you. Okay, as you do that, she stops writing. How did you get here? And she kind of picks the letter. What do you
Just walk off.
wait! And you can hear her kind of like open the letter.
Try and just like sneak off back down. See if that sneak past that guy if he's there.
Yes. Make a stealth check.
Oh fuck. Oh, it's a 1.
It's a 1. Okay. So as you're coming back downstairs, suddenly you turn around the stairs and you bump into his knee. You're like, there you are. He's gonna try and grapple you. Make a dexterity check. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, okay.
He tries to he grapples with disadvantage also. But he tries to go down and you're just quick enough to like scurry away.
And just disappear off into the night.
Okay, yeah.
I was really worried you're going to knock him down the stairs. Just an old man falling down.
So
Necessary
you're there, and
complication.
then Genkat comes out.
Well, I don't see the letter, so it looks like you did it. Right. Okay. So back to the manor. Right.
So you're gonna go in cat form back to the manor.
Yeah.
Hey, sure. You start going in the snowy streets as the storm picks up. And I'm gonna say, so you guys go. So here's the thing. This is a bit of a timeline issue because you went back to the manor more or less. I'm gonna say at the same time as they went back after Yellow Spire. So
Well, I don't know if that's true because we were only in Yellow Spire for like
A minute.
10 minutes maybe.
yeah.
And he was
Okay.
copying writing and stuff and left us.
Yeah, okay.
at
It's just in the
Yellow
interest of, unless this is something in particular you want to do on your own, I'm going to say that you get to the manor and you are told that what happened with Jenks and Elgin, and that everyone else went to the courthouse, and that no, that wait, this would also make it.
Weren't you going to the Splinter Dragon anyway?
No, you go
I
back to the
decided
manor.
not to. But,
Now I'm gonna say that it took you longer. Sorry, you come back as they are coming back from doing all their business the next day. You took a bit longer in Fenris's house because you were copying things as well. And so you go back there. Everyone is in the house, and it will be you two guys that arrive back first as you went to the wazoo. So you both arrive back at the manor to find Keth there.
I'm going through these papers.
Yep.
Salas. Hey, Mel.
You right? You get your errands done.
Yeah, sir, look at this. Show these papers. Can you make
It's a
sense
counter
of Can you make sense of the script? That seems like some kind of code they've been using.
Don't know the language.
Where the bloody hell were you? I told you. I went to see my, contacts from my previous organization.
And where were these from?
Well, from I guess the safe house that they're using a messenger basically. One of the local residents. Seems like a dodgy guy. Have you heard of him? Fenrir Stonecastle. Fenrir Stone.
So you wouldn't make silence. You make a history check with charisma instead of intelligence.
I rolled a 1. So let's
Not so
say.
much.
Yeah, I know you
man.
haven't heard of the guy.
That doesn't
By
make
the way,
it.
there was a man in the house. Oh, yeah, who's that? Is that your cousin?
Actually, he's probably sleeping.
So wait, so the man is asleep, but you know about Elgin and James what happened
Okay,
because when you
yeah.
came back and at the beginning everyone kind of like explained to you what what went down there.
He's no one's cousin. We're fine. We don't have to host this guy.
No, we picked him up at the Yellow Spire Tower. Did they not? If this is from your contacts, how come you can't read it?
I can't read it, but it's in some kind of cipher. So it doesn't make sense. The letter. That's what I'm trying to say.
Would it work if you wrote it out in something I could read?
I can write it down in
cipher.
common. I mean, is it under common the letter?
Yeah, so there are uncommon glyphs, drow glyphs.
Okay.
So you can like copy one by one, kind of, because the writing doesn't translate very well because some of the glyphs they don't mean one-to-one letter. So if there is a substitution cipher, then you're gonna like fuck it up.
Do you bring trouble back with these letters? Because I'm nipple high in trouble the minute.
Yeah, we've had a bit of a rough day, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I heard from Jenks. Well, Jenks the other one.
Well, he didn't see the half of it.
Yeah.
We got bitten in the shit by snakes.
Snakes.
Yeah.
The.
Yellow Spire Tower, it all went a bit crazy.
Well, sorry I wasn't there.
Yeah, it's
I'm not sure if we're doing too good against snakes anyway.
Well, flying as well. Xanatar business. No, so we need to speak with him when he wakes up. He might have more info, but I figured we'd let him rest for now. How did your thing go with all black stuff?
Oh well, it's signed. So that's good.
Gets you out of jail?
Somehow branded Elgin as a genius.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people seem to know about him now. I ran into a bit of hot water with the drop earlier. They're playing-
Yeah, how did that go?
Oh, they were trying to muck about with me and play a bit of new boy games and maybe look a bit like a silly bugger, to be honest.
Well, you're an old hand, I'm sure you managed.
I tried to come off as a little bit inept. I thought better to come off weak and useless rather than try and act a strong hand. So I've got some bit of information there that might be useful if we want to do a bit of gambling, but it's gonna be-
I've also heard this from the contact that I met, and honestly, when you were speaking, I could understand the actual words in English.
Oh,
if
okay.
you can repeat that.
Yeah, okay, so what the guy said,
I also didn't catch them in English.
Yeah, I was really confused. I was like,
he had this
great accent.
withdrawal.
Yeah. Great accent.
So, might as well tell you, since you're here, I've looked into the whole explosion thing, and it's pretty much all confirmed. Floxing was caught in it, but managed to make it. He's sure to be pissed off and leading the strike team on the villa now. And all iStocks has posted gazers too. You don't have much time to act. It's going to be a shit show up there, and you want to be there when it happens. Those stupid growhuns have bit way more than they can chew. I know you all don't care about my suggestions, but I've been in this game in this here far longer than you lot. My recommendation is that he sends his A team. It doesn't matter how much fun he has with his chaos approach. The time for subterfuge and games will soon be over. She's about to get very, very messy. I'm very sure this time, so I expect my real payment. Tell him that too. I'll be laying low for a few days. Things are getting too hot for comfort.
Okay, yeah, now it makes sense. So, do you know anything about this greyhounds sending a strike team to the villa, or don't know if that's what it meant?
Well, it says, from what you've described, it sounds like Xanathar's knows something's going on. He's posting. Well, you remember what we met in the sewers.
Okay, first, yeah.
So someone, this is Bragendeath, right? This guy was connected to.
Yeah, he's telling Bragendarth to send their A-team to
So presumably,
The villa?
Flox and Floxy, they are Bragendeath and they survived the explosion.
Well, Floxin must be the. Oh, yeah. Either he's one of Bragendarth or he's the actual android.
Yeah, it could have been. Oh, and he's gone back to the Growlhands. The interesting thing is when he says that get up there, is that the Growlhands manor?
Can I think where the Growlhands
I
manor
posted the
is?
text in. If you wanna specifically check the words, make a history check with advantage because
History 17?
17. So he's almost next door from your manor.
What? The Growlhands?
Yeah. So if you look at the Trollskull Alley up there, so it is in Trollskull Alley is between in the big map. It's between Serdun Street and Delzorin Street. So it's that alley there. Yeah. So if you trace your finger eastward, where Serdun Street kind of does a diagonal down, there is a house. Oh, I can point it because I'm close enough. It's wait, where is Serdun?
Lucas's baby hand.
Those big tough guys.
It's on the north side. It's this manor here.
Alright.
Thanks, regular.
It's this manor. So it's literally 5-minute walk from where you live.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. There was one session that it matched almost perfectly. It was quite cool.
Okay, so Floxin is not the android. He's leading.
He's leading
the
the
strike team
Bragendeath
on the villa. No, I don't think he's the Bragendarth.
He must be Bragendeath. Oh,
No,
maybe he's not.
he's telling Bragendarth to send their A-team. My recommendation is that he sends his A-team.
But I thought he was saying that Floxin isn't the A-team and he's just going to lead a charge, but really it shouldn't just be him. The they should also send the A team, but I could be completely wrong.
I don't know anything about this.
You're just sitting there looking, watching
My
the storm.
guess, but my guess, Floxin is the center in Splinter Group.
Can I?
If we have all isotopes as the Xanatars,
True.
then yeah.
Can I roll, see if I've heard of a Floxin through in all the stories, in all the worlds, in all the connections, if he's ever popped up in a story?
It would be this in particular. Okay, yeah, make it.
Disadvantage?
No, yeah, make a charisma check with disadvantage.
Whoa!
Natural 20
Natural
and
20 and a 19, so
Oh, wow.
22.
Okay, you would have heard about. Suddenly, it's like, wait, Floxin. Okay, no one of an Erstul Floxin. URSTUL. Erstul?
Yeah.
Erstul Floxin. You probably heard through the Grapevine, particularly in Virgin Square, through the Virgin Vine. So the
Let's not call it that.
and as some kind of enforcer, mercenary for hire, that eventually stopped taking the classic jobs that mercenaries take because he was plucked, handpicked by some kind of someone, and he went up the ranks. And last people knew about him is he held a position of importance with some or others very mysterious faction that no one was sure who they were. So he used to be more like a normal mercenary, and then started working for someone more important, and then he disappeared from the scene.
Do I have a race that I can put to them? Because that would.
Yes.
He was a drat. Or something.
Yeah. No, he was an Elaskan human.
Elaskan. Well.
Yeah, one of them motherfuckers.
Thinking about it, Floxin. It rings a bell.
Also, since you've been studying the thing, make an intelligence check with advantage because you speak Drow. Keth.
Natural 20. -1.
Alright. So yeah. I'm gonna say with that you manage to decipher the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that it's a rotating cipher from the first from each message. So you just shift the substitution code, a few letters, and then it keeps going. So it's quite simple. It's only you get the feeling that they're relying on the fact that it's written in Drow more than the substitution cipher.
Yeah.
So the first message is the one that is not signed. There is information. It is written. You realize that it's written when you kind of fix it by someone that is not super familiar with Drow. That there are some grammar mistakes there, but it is information mostly about orders in redoubling efforts in trying and identifying masked lords.
Okay.
So this would be really valuable if we get
Okay.
dirt on identifiable masked lords that no one knows about. Because there needs to be a diplomatic assessment of their support for Luskan joining the Lord's Alliance. And orders to get blackmail material over them, of the ones that can be identified. The second message is signed by FL. So the first one was unsigned. Second message, it says.
I'm relaying all this, obviously.
Yeah, it says. It reads like, and you would know this style, like a team report, some kind of specific team assigned to something, and they're reporting back, and they're saying, watch post established in the manor south of the Gralhand Villa. We have identified members of the Black Network on site. We have also observed gazers in the area, so it's obvious which beholders' dark dreams they've sprung out from. The third message by AC is a request for costumes at the Seven Mask Theatre. It says, Westra Mortimer is demanding 3 additional dresses for Zephyrus Booty. It's the name of play. Considerable expense. Might need to refer to Mr. Nevercott. The fourth message, the one written RM, signed RM, it says, the Council of Musicians, Instrument Makers and Choristers refuses to withdraw their objection to the Sea Maidens Fair as a public entertainment, but I've resolved the matter by accepting to employ at least 2 guild entertainers. The guilds in this city are even more rotten than those in Luskan. And the fifth message, written by SX, says, Nimble Ride delivery completed to NX. We have ice up down in Skullport.
What was that, sorry?
Skullport.
Nimble
Ride delivery completed to NX. We have ice up down in Skullport.
Nimble Ride.
Nimble Ride. I mean,
Like robots.
Nimble Ride, you know, is the name of the constructs.
Oh yeah.
Where's Alvin?
I'm not paying attention to any of this.
I'm all feet deflated.
Well,
I'll walk over there.
Okay, at that point, I'm gonna say this Millicent and Gencat, because it will be an hour more or less.
Actually, is,
You make your way all the way up to the manor,
is
and
it raining outside yet?
it's kind of raining as opposed to snowing now because of the storm. It kind of like raises the temperature a bit, so there's a bit of water drift as you guys.
I'm
come
standing
inside.
outside in the rain now.
You're standing outside. Okay, so you're the first. So as you
Hi,
come back, everyone is down in the tap room, and as you come back, you see kind of like the silhouette, like cut against the dark backdrop of thunderstorm in the distance coming up from Undercliff, from the west. You see the figure of Narwithic just rain spattering his moustache.
Just walk
I'm
past him.
going to try and creep up next to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, stealth. Make stealth with. So you will have passive disadvantage because you have your eyes closed and you're enjoying the rain.
Oh, that's a 7.
Yeah, you still notice someone walking up next to you.
What do you want?
I'm just back. That's
Oh,
all.
would you really?
Hello.
Oh, welcome back. Everyone else is inside. Keth's back. In there. The other person we brought home is sleeping in there as well.
Are you okay? I mean, you can get.
Just washing away today's filth and
Okay.
sins and
I'm going
bad
inside.
vibes. And okay, goodbye.
You are soaked. You don't like this as a cat.
Go inside.
Your cat
and
instincts are like, this is not nice.
Sit by the. Is there a fire going?
Yeah, the fire. Yeah, the kids constantly keep the
I
house.
was going to sit by the fire.
It is starting to look a lot nicer. You realize that the promise Sophie made about trying to make everything a lot cleaner. She's very obsessive about that. Is coming through, and the whole thing is becoming a bit nicer.
Is the portrait looking even happier?
There is probably a slight change. Yeah.
Hey, good to have you back.
Hi. Yeah. Oh, we went to see JB Nevercott. Jean Baptiste Nevercott.
Fancy.
And it wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be. He said business opportunities or whatever, but he just wanted us to deliver a letter. So we did that.
What was the letter?
It was like conspiracy theory stuff about all the houses, like the different noble people. So it was kind of confirming things that we found out, but then some other bits as well. It's all going to be in the newspaper, so we had to deliver this message to the newspaper. But they wanted to do it like super anonymous, so
Why did he ask us to do that? That doesn't seem.
because I think it was like a friend asked him, and they were asked by a friend, and so it was like a friend of a friend of a friend kind of thing. So it was hard to trace it back, and then so it was a friend of a friend of a friend of a cat. So that was the message.
Oh, that's why Genhorn's a cat.
Yeah.
Okay. For anything in return? Are we making any?
Oh, Right, he's going to make us some clothes. We need to tell him what we want now.
So make us some clothes.
Yeah, right, so I gave him the sash as well, and he's going to do it into like 5 outfits.
What are the outfits? Is some kind of like a hero outfit?
10 out of Genka at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we didn't know what you might like, but we ordered you some nice
I'm not there.
clothes outside. Niall! Niall!
We just need.
Well, forget him. Yeah, Millie's going to get some nice clothes made out of that silk thing, and he's going to make me a cape. Hopefully with a hood. I didn't specify that, but hopefully it'll have a hood in it. It'll be fine, I'm sure.
That's generally how capes
Yeah,
work.
they generally have hoods, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, seems a bit frivolous, but
Well,
yeah, gold to fix up, say, the house that has holes in the roof.
I thought, yeah,
Mert's doing that.
yeah, he's good at taking
Yeah,
it.
but we have to pay him back that
Well,
money.
we've already made a deal though, so you know.
Okay, I mean that's fine.
did you just
you
say
took the
JB
initiative.
Nebricott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I got a note. Apparently, like, Brig and Earth got some costumes for a play from JB Nebricott. And
Well,
yes,
yeah.
and
He was
yes,
at the play hall making costumes,
yeah.
so that's kind of what he does.
Hey,
That's the
just-
theatre.
but you say as well that the note he gave you just
Well, that's where he was working. So he was there, so we went to see him.
so that just like throws dirt on lots of families,
Yeah.
noble
Well,
families.
Mainly the Castellantes.
Just
They
mention
mentioned
They
you,
were
but only a little bit.
highlighted quite a lot.
by name. Oh,
Not you, but like.
yeah, okay.
Oh, because there's another note here that says, probably by Alaskan. I suppose the Alaskans are allied with Brig and Earth. They say identify masked lords. That would be against Alaskan entering the Lord's Alliance. I wonder if this is somewhat related.
So actually, as we're going through this, I just remember the Floxin. I used to know or heard of an Erstal Floxin. He was a Luskan human. So if they've got allies with the Luskans, then maybe he is working with the Brig.
Why do they want him to help? Like, what's he going to do? He just makes outfits.
He makes what? So who?
JB never caught that. Why are they wanting
Well,
him?
maybe they need disguises because they're putting on that Sea Maiden's Fair or something, aren't they? They want to make that look
Yeah.
genuine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying JB Nebricott is necessarily involved, but obviously there's been some kind of liaison.
Yeah, I mean, you said he was, and then he's working for them, making them clothes. And if he's going to make us clothes, maybe we can get him to make the same clothes, and then maybe that can be part of the plan.
But we don't, given that their whole, front in this city is that of a play, we don't know that they've approached him as the Bregandorf or if they've approached him as the Sea
Right, he
Maiden's
doesn't need
Fair.
to know. Like, he might not know anything about it, but I just thought if he's making us outfits and he's making them outfits, then we can find out about the outfits and then get the same outfits and then use it in the plan.
It's not bad. It's
We
good
need to know more so we have to have a plan around it.
My question was who were his friends, or what did he stand to gain by sharing this dirt about all this?
Probably more dirt. He seemed like the sort of person that was more of a conduit of things rather than a
Yeah,
part of
he's
any
like-
particular.
He liked knowing people. He dropped people's names a lot, so he's
Yeah.
doing it too.
Another one of them. Look, this
Also, just to let you know, possibly might not be true, might be true, but there might be vampires in the sewers, so
Well, there's already them rotworms to look out for.
Oh,
aren't
you
there?
mentioned like the blotted sun or whatever. The guy on the mountain said.
Oh
Which is
yeah.
interesting. I can't remember everything in the letter, but it'll be in the newspaper, I assume, if it gets printed. So he had to just leave it on his desk,
yeah.
and then next time he's in, because he wasn't in there.
Desk / person's feet, yeah.
But he wasn't there.
Who wasn't there?
Oh, we had to deliver it to Gaxley's desk. He's like, he was on the top floor, but he wasn't the director. I thought it was going to be the director because it was going up, and I couldn't find it. And I found the director's office. I thought maybe this is him. So then I got to the top floor because I thought, this is not the director's office. Maybe there's someone in there, and he'd be like, hey, what are you doing in here? And I don't have a good answer. So I went upstairs, and then I found a lady, and she said that, yeah, he works in this kind of weird place. So maybe he's just crazy and he likes it.
So you left a note with the lady, and
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't there, so
What if the lady doesn't publish it and she thinks it's nonsense? Was there some reason that it had to be Gexley?
I get the impression that he's the one that's the crazy one. Well, yeah, maybe.
Okay, so
Every newspaper has one.
if it doesn't get published, just because you've given it to a different person. Do
Yeah.
you remember what was the gist of it?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. As long as we have the information, then it doesn't.
Speaking
So I
of,
posted the 5 messages on Discord if you want to have like the exact language.
speaking of crazy, some kind
Oh,
of
we'll be
crazy.
dripping wet.
Yeah, that is. Speaking of crazy.
Here he comes. No, I was just going to say, speaking of crazy.
Right, everyone, gather round. Oh, you're all gathered. So, we're off the hook.
For what?
Oh, all the City Watch stuff and the Elgin and the drugs and we can proceed.
Well, that's good news.
And this is a safe house now, apparently. Oh, so the City Watch can't bother us here anymore, at least. But I do have some terrible news. It's really awful.
What
Oh,
happened?
no.
Are you okay? What happened?
There's no easy way to put it, really. I'm on probation
What's
for a 10 day.
what's that? What's probation?
That means he's been a naughty boy.
Means
Ah, well done. It's about time.
I can't be flaunting this around anymore. No more trouble with the City Watch.
But you still have it.
I still have it, but
So what's stopping you from?
I'm sealing it away in my pocket.
I think maybe I should look after them to
I
make sure that
think-
you're not tempted
I think absolutely not.
by the power that's clearly gone to your head.
You would
in the
not
last
worthy
couple
of
of
touching
days.
Who would you sell it? I'll be honest.
I would probably say. Actually, can I see it just
You have eyes?
just briefly?
Just you have eyes, yes?
Yeah.
I just want to memorize the design of it.
Sure. I mean, that's fairly simple. For what purpose?
You know,
If you wanted to like recreate it perfectly,
yeah.
okay, make an intelligence check.
14.
Okay,
It's not a good sign.
yeah, you. So one aspect of it is quite easy because it has a lot of the water deep elements in it. So you just need to remember. Okay, it has a half moon. It has the water elements of the very familiar water deep sigil, and then there is the grey hand on top of it, on top of the moon. So it's not too complicated. It's quite a familiar element.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So that's that.
Well, thank you, I suppose, for not getting us all arrested. That's good. Although you did tip the City Watch off about the drugs operation in the basement.
So let's not
first.
dwell on this and just keep a positive
It
attitude.
is his cousin that's part of the
Going.
drugstore
Yeah.
as well.
So what?
We need to keep Elgin
why
on a
did
tight
you-
rope now.
Did you tip the City Watch? What?
He told them not to look in the basement.
And then they looked in the basement.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Which is
wow.
quite
I mean,
rude
it's
of
quite
them,
unlikely that it would have done that after you told them not to. So,
Speaking of the drugs operation, I do have an update on that. I met some people in a house up that run the gladiatorial rings that these drugs are used for. If we wanted to try and infiltrate that side of the Xanathars, it's going to cost us, a fair bit of coin, actually, to buy tickets for it, 25 per person to gain entrance, and then obviously we've got gambling fees on top of that, so...
Right, so I've said.
Can't we like send Elgin to fight and then we're just friends?
Well, I think they'd probably take one look at him and realise that he is
Yeah, but he can take all the drugs before he goes.
true. Might kill him.
I've coined this as our master plan now of our inn, so we need to make it work.
Well, then we've got more leads there. Should you be questioned about the success of your operation?
I'm kind of smirking slightly at you.
And I'll just look at Elgin.
I think I looked at you. So it's all good now. This house is a safe house.
Yes,
That's great. We can.
and you're a genius.
Yes, and we can do all the good
Except to
stuff.
everyone here.
We can,
You're an idiot.
we can do all the stuff then. We don't have to worry about the situation more. That's great.
Oh, you're on a tight Vishnu Elgin, you do
Okay,
exactly.
okay. So, how did it go? The drop? You said you the gladiator arena, but did you get the coin?
Yeah, well, how much were you expecting?
Well, 100.
Okay, well, I should really know that for next time, because...
But I told you that's more or less what I can do make on a 10-day.
That was... You told me that a couple of days ago. I took you at your word, but you didn't say per drop.
Well, that's what I do. A drop a 10-day, more or less.
Okay, well, do you know of a Kelm Trigos? Trigos?
I think that's the guy. I think.
He was a tiefling, blue.
Yeah, I
blue
think that's
boy.
the guy that. Because I've been wanting to get in up the ranks, you know, past the intermediaries, get to the Xanatas. I think that was the guy that told me, okay, he will take your measure. That's what they say.
Yeah, I think he took my measure and saw me as a bit of a fool, so might need to work on that a bit.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's great then. If I go, and I can be like the cool one, right?
Well, I said that you were busy cooking it up, so...
Well,
he asked if I was Elgin, and I kind of...
Oh,
you know, I
man,
didn't really
if you're
know.
going down to Skullport, I want to go.
Well,
It's like my career path on
No,
the line here.
Bloody not!
that's what the coin will get us to if we ever want to go down to Skullport, although we need really a good reason to get there. Although if we go there once, maybe we can find our own way there afterwards.
Where is it?
Well, I don't know, that's why I need the money.
Right, but if it's a port, then surely there's like boats there, right?
It's somewhere, it's like underneath the city, it's all...
Oh.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
These never go well. It's a 1.
Oh, you take 2 points of psychic damage as suddenly the word triggers the memory. You know, the mention of a place immediately triggers the memory, but there is something there blocking off that memory, and it fights back strongly, and it's almost as if they rip something out of your head, like a massive migraine right now.
I'm gonna kill him.
Where is it? Where is it?
Joe, do you remember now?
Just, everyone give me a minute, I can't remember that stuff, and it's not helping to try. We just...
I see. New.
I think so. Well, it seems like I knew a lot of things I've forgotten. Grindelwald is more than proof of that.
Is my sure it's right notes.
Well, I've been trying. I got them chants from this guy. Should we wake him up, do you reckon? See what...
Oh wait, you look at the papers that we stole and what's in that scroll case.
Oh yeah,
As well?
I've got. Sorry about that. Here you go.
Yeah. So you have a scroll case. You have papers. So the papers, there is a crumpled letter with everything you took, and it's a letter that says, I'm going to post it also. It says, Manchun is well pleased with the work you've been doing in the city, and rest assured that your loyalty will be rewarded when his lordship ascends. This wretched, corrupted and decadent city will be saved from itself. You must be patient though, and keep the pressure on the information campaign. Public opinion must change before he can reveal himself. As promised, your teleporter ring will be delivered within the next 10 days. Get the tower fixed and the workers out before that. Signed, Manfred Cherryport.
Oh.
Does everyone know who that is?
Well, I was just thinking about the ring that teleports.
Oh,
that she
yeah.
was going to. So where does it go?
Well,
Why are they getting up the tower?
if this is the same people that had the teleporter ring, that the people you work with use, because they have teleport rings, don't they?
And there's another
Oh, that
letter,
one.
if you want me to read it now.
Yes. Could you read that other one just one more time?
Yes, I posted it on Discord.
Okay.
I'm posting all the specific information there. So the second letter, it says, it's written kind of like in a fast, noisy scribble, and it says, Avarine, I need you to post 2 watchers on the Grauham's villa. We're moving in as soon as we get confirmation. Those fuckers almost killed me, and we're now positive they have the stone. We need to assemble a team ASAP. Get me some intelligence on the guard detail and modes of entry. I want to do this fast and quietly. We can't rule out any other player closing in on them as well. Hopefully, the big eye is blind to this. These fucking people, the gall of them. And get me information on whatever the fuck that fucking construct was. Signed, Oslo.
Okay, well that one ties in quite nicely.
So it sounds like we should make a move on the Grolhan tomorrow. Manor first thing tomorrow.
Should we?
First thing tomorrow.
Yeah, should we look at getting an early night and go before the sun's up?
Yeah, that sounds like a good shout.
I also need to go see the magistrate tomorrow.
Well, do you not think this is slightly more important?
We're breaking into a noble's house and we're looking in the magistrate on the same day.
I absolutely need to go to the magistrate to.
But you've got
Letter.
24 hours, so we can.
I'm gonna give it the first thing in the morning.
No,
Why don't you just
no.
run and drop it off?
We have to do this first. By the sounds of it, if someone else gets that stone, then it'll move. We know
This
where it
letter is
is.
the most important
Right,
thing.
we're gonna
Run
do
and
this.
drop it down. It's not going to be
It's
close.
a bit late. What time is it? It's a storm.
It's a storm brewing and it's about 8 p.m. And you're all hungry.
It's magistrate.
Okay,
Do I know what time the magistrate
Sorry.
closes?
if we are going to do this tomorrow, sorry, God.
It's just oversee stuff.
The magistrate is mostly open in the morning.
Yeah.
And about closes about like after lunch,
Yeah.
kind of like official business
First
hours.
thing in the morning.
Second
Number
thing. in the
one
morning.
task.
Second thing.
First.
But we're gonna go to the place before the morning.
Yeah, we're going to
What's
go.
more important to you,
This
keeping
letter.
your badge or saving Waterdeep?
This letter is.
Well, getting.
If this letter's
The
not
money.
signed, do you know what that means?
What's more important
Do you know what that means?
in your heart?
Do you know what that means?
In your heart.
Means-
What's more
They
important?
said
This is
we-
the core.
They
It's the
said
core of everything.
we had 24 hours. You'll have
You've made your
plenty of
choice
time
then,
to
that's
drop
fine.
that in.
Yes, something might happen to the letter, like something might happen
Well,
to me.
Get the children to deliver it.
No! Don't trust anyone else.
Well, that's not very
James looks at you. I can deliver it. I
Absolutely
want to
not.
see the face of that fucker when I get like immunity.
See, they can take care of it.
Not with that kind of attitude and language. You're the last person I'd pick. Well, except Morgan.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You'll be able to deliver it.
The girl kind of steps forward, Nat, and looks at you and makes a sign. And
Look, she hasn't swore or stabbed anyone. She's a great candidate for this.
She's not, because she's not me.
Okay, well, we'll be back. We'll be back in time because we'll leave. What time is it now? I don't have a watch. What time is it?
Eight.
Right.
It's about 8. We need to eat. Let's start a stew. Get some supper going.
Oh, there's not, did the kids not make a stew?
Got them a sleigh label.
Oh, is that an apple? Give me that apple.
But we've got a fruit bowl now.
the kids go, okay, stew. And they go to the kitchen.
So, if we are going to do this,
Here's your pocket money.
we we have to go and find out about this place. We cannot just like rock up and
Like, yeah, what are we gonna do? Like, we were gonna go there and
Well,
get the
look,
stone.
Yeah,
There's
well,
a
that's-
storm foreboding where the shit's going down. We know that much.
Hmm.
We need to be
There's one
present.
positive.
Right, but we need to plan, and that's what we're trying to do now.
Yeah,
Plan
well, that's
now.
what I mean. We,
Like instead of tomorrow.
Yeah.
well, we can
Should we
we
talk
can
Tomorrow we plan.
we can we can plan now, but at the same time we can go
We
and
can
have
go-
a look around and then
Ah,
come
we-
back.
We still want to know what we want to look for, because we go to have a look and then
Oh.
what are we looking for?
According to this, they definitely have the stone.
Right.
So that's what we're looking for.
So what does their house look
Two
like? If
things.
we're gonna break in, if we're gonna go in and say hello,
First of all, we need to know how we're going to get in there. Second of all, I think if there's other people keep an eye on it, we should try and
Which there
figure
absolutely
out
are.
where they are.
Okay, well we have if we are not going to break in, we actually have something that the Gralhans would love to have, which is knowledge that they are about to be attacked.
True.
How do we play that though? We've heard you're going to be attacked. Give us the stone, or we'll attack you.
No, my idea
It was
not,
us.
my idea was not to say give us a stone or else, but rather
Off to
give
look
them the
after it.
information,
We can
to
look after
get
it
them the
for them.
books, and whilst we're there, either if they're being attacked, either help them with the defense and then we steal the stone, or if they're being attacked.
That gives them time to bolster their defences.
What was it that Trent was saying? Something about the Castellanters and the Growlhuns are connected somehow, and they've got that group, the Gentleman Knave on Retainer or something like that.
Yeah, actually, it's either the Castellanters or the Growlhounds.
So, does that mean that they have them almost as a standing force ready to defend them?
Well, if they do, I could have a word with them.
Or the Gentleman Knave?
Yeah.
What's your weird connection to them?
Well, they're the ones who saved me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, if we do present them with this information, then we have you as a kind of in as to why we might be there giving it. I'm an ex-friend of people that you're working with. I don't want to see them hurt, so it's in my interest to...
But how does that help us?
Well, it gets our foot in the door at least.
Right, but then we're in the door and then they're like, okay, so someone's coming for the stone. Let's keep an eye specifically on the stone right now.
Yeah.
Which is the time that we want to take it. So they'd be specifically looking at it at that point.
I don't think the things people are looking at is one of my specialities.
I'm not currently that librarian.
You might want to try.
He had an arm.
I want to try taking things that people aren't looking at.
Why don't we try and meet the potential attackers and say we're one of them?
Because
Attack at the same time.
they already want to kill us. All those groups have tried to kill us on different occasions. They stabbed you. They stabbed me. They shot poison arrows at us. They attacked you, I think, before we met.
How was that then?
So
So the
we're
one-
not in good stead with them.
You could change into beasts.
I mean, you just...
You could change your faces.
Yeah, but only for a little while.
That's enough.
It seems riskier. What we want to do is let everyone kill each other outside, and then we sneak out the window with the stone.
That was my thinking in the sense that if we are inside while this is taking place, either we tip the scales in our favor, or we manage to seal the stone while shit's going down.
So you want to start a war and then take it whilst they're fighting?
No, the war is happening no matter
You want
what
to start
we
a
do.
battle?
Yes, ideally.
Okay.
And then in the confusion we can...
So we need to find the people that are looking
But
and then make something appear to be
But
attacking.
actually, it's not going to be just those two factions, because the Xanatarians have gazers posted outside looking for trouble, and Brigand Earth should be sending their A-team. Actually, I am the one passing the information to Brigand Earth, and I haven't.
Well, that's brilliant. That
Right,
means less...
don't do it.
Yeah.
Who has the message? You have a message. Spell Millie. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So why don't we just create enough of a destruction to get again whatever in?
horse.
I mean, a horse will work.
Sorry,
smaller.
and
And then we could just keep in contact.
it's
and
not going to be...
He could just
happening
give us
everywhere.
a dialogue of what's happening inside when the attackers are, and if they're moving the stone and where it is, and he just follows it, and then we're at the right place at the right time eventually.
By the way, what's in this? What's the scroll case?
Mm.
Pick that up and start.
What's the smallest thing?
Yes. Yes. Give me a second.
Spider.
This could be important.
Because it doesn't have any hands.
So
Maybe they're like drugs.
you pull up two blank sheets of paper.
Solution to all things.
Two blank sheets of paper. Make an Arcana check.
Have you got a can?
No.
No, but make a
18.
make it anyway. So you don't know a lot about arcane shit, but you get the feeling that you have seen this before. Like you think Millie had the paper that looked similar, that had a tiny rune on the corner.
Do you remember something like this? This really.
You recognize it. Yep. There's two of them.
Okay, we got 3 of these now.
Quite the collection.
Do we need to send a letter to anyone?
No, we could.
We send one to the Growlhounds right now.
Oh, they don't know who it's from, right? So we could like send a message saying.
If we
"Let's fight."
spook them, they're going to move.
Everything is fine. Do
We
not
need
panic.
to go directly to them. If we send them a letter, they're going to bury underground or go to the Castellanters.
Don't those go somewhere by default?
No,
Could
you
we
can send them to wherever you want them to go.
Spook them to use that as a thing to get them to move the stone, and then
And then we're watching them to see where they go.
But then everyone else is watching.
And then everyone else is watching them as
But
well.
then we can hit them on the move.
I'm
So,
going to...
just so you're aware, The other items you retrieved from there was some kind of potion that was weird,
Yeah.
and a wand,
And an amulet. of
Wand?
mage.
and a cracked.
And a cracked sphere.
Yeah.
Crystal. Crystal ball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean down to the guy that's asleep and just sort of jostle him a little bit.
Well, the kids brought him upstairs. He's not in the tap room. He's sleeping in the.
I thought he was asleep in a chair for some reason.
They brought him to the room they share, and they just drop him there.
I want to go ask the guy something. The guy we brought back from the tower.
He probably needs some good rest before.
Yeah, but I figured he's been there possibly a few days. We don't know. He was pretty,
Yeah.
emaciated. So he might have overheard if there's any time frame on this. This letter asked them to keep watch and be ready. He might have overheard when that strike is planned for.
Where's this person sleeping?
In your bed.
In the room, the urchin's room. Sophie, took care of him.
They're not urchins anymore, they have a house.
Okay. They behave like urchins.
Right, I'll get it then.
They go to the market every day to like do things, urchin things.
Pockets.
That urchin life.
By the way,
I'll go up
you
and get
gave
it.
them 10 shots. Just
Yeah.
this is a dragon. So they're like, we're cooking the stews, all the stews.
I'll go get the guy.
Okay, so you
can
go
bring him
around.
down if you want.
As you go around, you notice a figure walking towards the manor that you recognize as
Emic.
no, can't forget the name. I can't remember the name now. The orc, the friend from the
Oh, Yagra.
Yagra.
Stonefist.
Stonefist. She's kind of like hunched over, but she's quite big, and you can see her face, her like wet hair streaming down below the hood,
She's hanging
I
out
was
with
just
me
kind of
and,
like-
John in Portal.
kind of like jogging towards the house. Looks at you all. Are Kethel or Silas inside?
I'll take a slight second to register.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, yes, I was are Kethel or Silas inside. I wanted to speak to them.
Right. Yeah, they're through there.
Oh, thank you. Looks at you with gives you like a weird and then walks inside.
It's all right. I remember you. I never forget your face.
Okay, you are upstairs to speak to the guy as you all see Yagra steps inside and goes, "Brah!" Shakes the clothes. Oh, there you are.
Hey, Agra. Come in.
Hello, yes. Stands by the fireplace.
Pour her a glass
Do
of
you have
something.
Yeah, please. Some wine or brandy. Would be great.
Don't know what you got. Wine.
Not quite open for business yet.
It's very fine.
What brings you here, my friend?
You see that she starts going over all the faces and kind of like stops in Sophie. The kiss, she gives like a pass, and Elgan, and she's trying to look, who might be, and then looks at you. Sorry, I bring word from Davil.
I thought he was.
Some circumstances have changed, so he's not coming today. I just came to let you know, so you don't expect him.
Yeah, Mr. Weird Bottle stuff. That's alright.
Yes, as I say, some circumstances have changed. Weird Bottle has been pulled for another detail. They receive information that may be troubling. They prefer to lay low for tonight.
You haven't heard anything. Sorry, Keth. This wouldn't relate to anything in the area, would it? Certain noble families.
Probably above my pay grade, sorry. I literally was used as a messenger. Messenger in this case because I'm friends with you.
Oh well, we appreciate the.
Yeah.
Is Mr. Darwell staying at the portal then?
Not tonight, no.
He's been moved somewhere safer.
Yeah, they're all staying at the safe house in the sea ward.
He's,
Sorry, in the southern ward.
he's definitely going down soon then. Okay, well.
Are you sure you're going to be alright? Where are you going? Are you going to the
Oh,
same house?
I'm going back to the portal. I'm to stay there in case anyone comes looking for business with Davil to keep us in contact there.
Well,
Okay.
keep your head down because storms bring bad omens, and tonight looks to be a very
Yeah,
fierce one.
it's not a good night for
for a stroll down the sea, and it does certainly take some time to get here up to you. But I just didn't want you to, you know.
That's awfully considerate of you, Jagger.
Yeah, of course. It smells good there while
Yeah,
you
do you
cook
want
it.
to stay for a stew?
I
Warm
certainly
yourself
will.
before the
Yes,
long
of
walk
course.
back.
I certainly will. Huh?
Okay, well, do the rounds quick. This is my niece, Sophie. She doesn't speak, so
So not the.
no. Well, a little.
And
she's
as she
learning.
does that, Adrian goes, "What?
What? Oh, he must be the one.
This is this is Elgin. He's the
Ah,
so-called genius. These are our adopted children.
good
apparently.
stuff. Good stuff. Children. Yeah, good stuff.
And
What do you like doing, guys? Why do you have this like
they came,
circus going on here?
they came with the house, and then they wouldn't stop showing up.
Okay, I mean, I'm not one to judge, but it's an interesting proposition, certainly.
Yeah, we gotta take care of.
I thought you were running like an operation here.
You know, Millicent.
Medicine? Yeah, of course. I remember you from the portal.
Pull my wand out.
Hey,
Swing at the floor. Just
you swing on the floor with the
try
wand."
and just doing
Oh,
flare balls to
dear.
see if it does it.
May roll it the 100.
Oh no, you're gonna kill the children.
Please. That's 20.
20.
Yes.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
But you feel a tiny surge of energy, and that you get the feeling that, you know, almost like when you pull, when you like two negative poles, two like opposite poles
Right.
nearby, and there's like a crackling of energy, but you just pull just out, you know, just beyond range. So there's something that wanted to happen, but something broke it,
Okay.
broke it off. Like
Let's kind of bring it up like a.
yeah,
Just
you
those-
see a spark at the end of the wall, like, and that's it.
What are you doing?
Whoa, what's that?
That's fun.
Knowing who I am, that's all.
Yes.
sure.
And
Also,
obviously,
yeah,
Genhorn.
yeah, I remember you from the portal too, friend. That when the troll attacked, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was a long
Yeah,
time ago.
I saw the other guy, the Sea Watch people, the guy outside.
Oh yeah, he's just gone to get another guest of ours.
Yeah.
Turns out the inn is open for business after all.
Yeah, are you opening up?
We borrowed a bit of money actually from Mert.
Man, is that old fuss still around?
Apparently so.
Fucking hell. Okay, well, I mean, if you are gonna open something here, this is good. There are not that many inns here, and hey, considering your, line of business, this could be a hotspot for the kind of people that now have to go to like the bowels or the yawning portal. This, hey, we could move our business here. I'll speak to David about that.
Yeah, well, let him know.
Sure.
If he wants to invest any coin in the operation as well, then we're
Oh
always
yes,
open to it.
the Istrid was wanted to talk to you about that since this was run down. They heard we have a money lending business as part.
Interesting. Okay, well, we can discuss that at a later date. I'm afraid, much like Dabble, we've had a bit of some pressing issues come up tonight
Sure.
that we have to attend to. Not to dismiss you. Eat, obviously.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll stay near the bar here.
She moves over there as you, Niall, go all the way upstairs. And when you get there, you notice that the big fat cat that lived in the house is kind of like rolled there at one end of the bed, and the other cat, Sophie's, the one that speaks, is kind of like there and keeping watch over the cat and the man, which is sitting on the bed, and looks at you as you come in.
Hello.
Is this your room now as well?
No. Sophie asked me to keep watching him.
Well, now your watch is over. And bringing him down.
Narrows the eyes and kind of like jump
Shoot.
towards like one of the pieces of furniture there. He's over at the top and he's just looking at you.
Cat shouldn't be on beds. And I'll shoot the fat one off as well.
He jumps off. He
Yes,
jumps off
careful, don't break the floorboards.
and scatters away and goes. And the other cat kind of like the tricks, looks at it as he goes.
He's sleeping, I guess.
Yeah, the guy is
Just nudge him lightly.
looks at you. He's he still has like kind of like lots of like caked like wounds with like, badly healed, although you did some magic on him. The gummy eyes, dry mouth, as far as you can tell. Looks at you. Oh, there you are again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saving me.
Yes, I'm sorry to disturb you. You will get some more rest. But we're going to ask you some questions now, actually. I need you to come downstairs.
Sure.
Let me help
Can't
you.
you ask me the questions here?
Let me help you wash your face real quick.
Oh no, but
Where's this water?
I mean, yes, you have like what's it called, like the
Pale.
yeah,
Deadpan.
yeah. That's some water there, so you offer it to him. Here. Okay.
Oh, you missed. Just get
Yeah, he looks at you and it's kind of like dripping, like grimy water.
Oh, yeah, maybe you're still a bit tired. Okay.
Can you ask me the questions here? He sits on the bed, kind of like hanging
No,
the legs down.
Can you walk?
I'm so tired and
I'll carry
still
you.
hurts.
Oh, just like old times.
Oh, okay. He starts walking with you, leans over
Okay.
you, and Trix jumps to the floor and starts walking behind you. The other cat jumps back in the bed.
Do I see that?
Yes, you have
No!
really good perception. And jumps and goes under the bed.
If I come catch you again, you're out.
With your really good perception, as you come out of the room and start going down, you hear. So you bring the guy down. As you all finish this conversation with Yagra, Niall enters with the man.
So where
You,
do you
you have
get
to go
that
all
from?
around, so when you get there, you're soaked because it's raining hard now. The temperature has risen a bit because of the thunderstorm, and it's not snowing, but raining hard.
A beautiful night. As we walk out immediately. Oh, that's a good wash for you.
Goes to the fireplace. Bring me to the fireplace.
Right, I've brought him down.
I'll give him a bowl of food.
Yeah.
Silas, you have a guest, by the way.
Yeah, we've spoke with her.
Ah, so you didn't wait for instructions. Never mind.
I know you, man. We fought the troll together.
Yes, that's why I let you in. I assumed you were going to wait for me to. It doesn't matter.
Is
Well,
he
you're
still
gonna
sitting
win
to watch?
out.
Why are you
Yes.
still here? You run a really interesting operation here.
No, he's
That's complicated.
he has his uses.
Oh, he's still a bit delicate.
I'll
What's
just bring him a
the,
bowl of stew to the injured man.
What's this operation that he's running? Is this the drugs?
What the hell are you on about?
I don't know. What operation are you running?
This operation, our whole everything we've done for the last
Drugs.
10 days. And the drugs.
Oh, okay.
This. What?
I don't know. Just,
Yeah, he's talking about the drugs.
okay,
Just the drugs.
just the drugs.
So what's up with this man? What happened to him?
He's tortured almost to death. Well, it's some kind of. I don't really.
No, we
He was
found him
tied up.
upstairs and he was like chained up and the murder people was gonna murder him and then
This okay.
we murdered them.
What's your name, sir? Sorry, we didn't actually.
I'm Shan.
Shan.
Shan. Shin.
Shanchin.
Well, which one is it?
So Shan, S-H-A-N, and then the surname, I don't know how to pronounce it, I think it's Shin, is C-H-I-E-N.
Chien?
Chien.
Chien.
Shan Chien.
Shanchin.
Yeah, so he's a middle-aged man, as I told you, kind of like this light brown skin, looks really bad still. He's not in a good state, and yeah, he takes a moment, a couple of spoonfuls of the stew, swallows. I work for the Waterdeep Herald. I'm an editor there. I was captured and they tortured me for 3 days in a row. there was some kind of weird shit that they were doing, spells, magic rituals, entering my head.
Were they asking you about the Masked Lords by any chance?
Oh no. They were. They asked all sorts of questions, but I feel like they were putting information inside me. There are things that I believe now that I don't understand where they came from, but I feel the need to write about them.
There's so much easier ways to do that.
Give us an example.
No, if you're a more horrible monster, that you enjoy doing it.
I don't know what you mean.
What do you have the urge to write
Yeah,
right
what
now?
exactly are they trying to get you to do?
It's just all the corruption and the Masked Lords and Lady Laryl. She's not the Lord the Sea needs.
Lady Meryl. Which one?
The
is
Masked
Lord
Lords
Azure?
are all corrupted. This strange system of government has failed the city, and we need someone with fresh ideas, someone new.
Like,
I don't
Kind of
know.
a 1,000-year-old wizard, perhaps?
I don't know.
Yeah, does the word Manchun mean anything to you?
I don't think I've heard her name. No. Someone new, someone. The city's in turmoil. We need someone strong to take the reins. This is some kind of message they put into me.
Do you think you can resist writing about this, or
I don't think the ritual was. I don't think it was completely successful. I resisted most of it. I have the urge. And
So you pray to any god, man.
Lathander guides me.
And you should go to the Lathander temple.
But he's abandoned me. Like all the priests in the Sea World. All corrupted, wretched.
You know, this is just what they've made you believe. You gotta
Wait. What?
you gotta stay true.
No. There are many things of this are true. This series is wretched.
Well, I have heard
Maybe
bad
we need
things about
someone
Lathander,
new. Maybe,
things about it.
they're right.
Look, we need you to answer one question more than anything else. Did you hear anything about an attack on the Growlands when you were there?
The Growlands? Oh, no, I don't think I no.
Or anything about them mustering for any kind of assault?
No. These people were obsessed with pleasing the Lord, so they would be ascended with him.
What
They
about
wanted to be inside the circle. That's all I know.
anyone by the name of Aberreen?
Aberreen,
That's the woman. Sorry, I should know.
I may have heard of her name, but she wasn't like addressed directly there.
Do you recognize these? And I hold up the crystal ball and the wand. How did they do this magic to you?
I think that they use I think they used that ball for light, but they were doing weird magic, and magic was going like all sorts of broken and wrong. And I think one day that thing was floating there with light, but it kind of like broke and cracked and fell to the ground, and then it just didn't work that well. But yeah, they kept using it.
I'm gonna cast light on it.
You cast light on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looked a lot like that.
Okay.
I assume you remember all the faces, the people that did this to you.
Yeah, well, I saw the corpses as you were leading me out. Those were the people.
Anyone else visit?
There were some people that
Of course.
visited conversations, but look, man, I wasn't in a great state of mind to care about any other conversations people were having.
How did they pick you up?
They kidnapped me one day after I left the office.
By what means?
I don't know, they
knocked me with something. They hit me in the head.
The old hit and grab.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
Well, I mean, what do we do with him? Because he can't stay here. That's strange. He's a.
No, I want to go home.
I'm trying. Sorry, I'll try and say this like not to the guy's face.
Because if they're in his head, he's.
Yeah, we
he's
should
alive.
probably like lock him up somewhere for a few days.
No, we can't lock him up. He's an innocent
chains.
Well, just
He's just
hopefully,
being locked up.
hopefully, like the magic in his head might go away.
He can stay here until he's fully rested.
Maybe we take him
No.
somewhere, like we take him to the.
Wait a second. Let me. So I just cast detect magic.
So now we say no to people, huh?
Do I pick up any kind of?
So you pick up from the sphere and wand that Millicent is holding, and but not on him. No.
I mean, there's nothing magical kind of around him that I can sense, but I don't know if it's broken
Well, yeah,
inside.
Sorry.
I was going to say, if they've got any kind of hold on him, then they've already tried to invade him once.
Right,
There's
so we take him to a temple.
That's
Yeah.
That seems the
Now
most
wait,
sensible
don't you have some kind of oath that you take? Clerical oath. That you are sworn to give aid to the unstable.
I just suggested he should stay here until fully rested, until some of you just said no.
Right,
Oh.
we can take him to a temple instead of making someone else's problem. And then when he starts to do crazy stuff.
We've literally accepted everyone else in
Right.
the bloody city.
But
yeah, but these are family.
Wait, no, I'm going home. I'm going home.
he's
Where do
going
you
to the
live,
temple.
old man?
I live down in the trace
He
ward.
gave us a name. Where do you live, old man?
I live in the trace ward,
That's
where
not
all the journalists live mostly.
It's a bit of a trek in this weather.
Yeah, it's
Not tonight. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Temple.
Well, I think we have other time-sensitive issues to deal
We
with.
can't take him home because then he'll start writing nonsense.
Wait.
So we take him to the temple, tell him everything that's happened, then they can solve this for
Is
us.
there a temple
Um,
nearby?
So there's temples nearby here. We don't have to take him to
But
his
that's what I'm
one.
asking.
What if?
Is that-
What
We
if?
take him to the Tower
Emily.
of Luck.
He's still pretty
Emily, could you
bad.
take him to the temple tomorrow with the kids?
Who are you asking?
Emily.
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 Who the hell is
Elgin.
Emily?
Elgin.
Who the hell's Emily now? Where did Emily come from?
Sophie.
Sophie, sorry. My brain's mixed up. Sophie.
So the closest temple you have is the Holy Hands house, which is a bit up from the end in Northwood, and to the west. So yeah, kind of like that. That's the closest temple. The other ones are all far in the seaboard.
What's that temple for? Whom?
It is a temple. It is actually a temple for all deities. Like kind of, the major ones have their own temples, and there are lots of them that
Alright.
have smaller temples, and it's kind of like a holy house of prayer.
I think that'd work. I'll
And
go
it's
with
also
you
an
if
inn.
you want. We'll take him over.
You know, it's a storm outside. It's beautiful.
Well, you can go as well then.
Yeah, but I like a storm.
Well,
What?
there you are.
No, if you like storms, he
Do
doesn't
you
like
want to take him
storms.
tomorrow?
It's better we get rid of him now.
Okay.
Sorry.
What about if we
Rid.
go drop him and then take a look at the other place,
Yeah?
and then we come back here and spend the rest of the night?
Yeah?
He's
Or-
Okay, I just think
If we're going to do that, then we need to be quick because we'll probably be watched whilst we're looking. So we need to know what we're looking out for.
Alright.
I just want to let
just
us out
one,
there.
just one moment. Yagra, I mean, I know it's getting a bit late. Yagra?
Yes.
Well, yes. Oh, this dude's pretty good.
Yeah, we just finished. We're about to go in on some errands.
Oh, sure. Yes, I'll be on my way.
I'll trust you be discreet with anything you might have heard over here.
I mean, this is an operation. There's nothing I heard here.
Fantastic. That's a good friend.
Good. Hope to see you soon then.
Does this count as a short rest?
Yes, of course. Yeah, you're eating and.
Who's most friendly with the fat cat? Whose cat is it? Who's it?
So the kids mostly, because no one paid attention to the cat.
Jenks.
Yeah, Jenks.
He thinks the wizard way.
Yeah.
So interrupted you. I want to make sure.
Sophie?
Yeah,
Oh, that's fine.
on
Cat's not allowed on the bed.
before we discuss anything.
Jakes!
Trix.
Children!
Trix kind of like comes over, looks at Sophie. Sophie likes cats. She allows them everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see the problem with cats on the bed. Is it your bed?
Trying to bring order. That's a household.
There are holes in the roof.
Yeah.
A cat on a
You
bed
have
is
to
the worst,
start
least of
in
our
the
problems.
smallest of places.
Keeps it
think-
nice and warm,
I
man.
feel like
It's
you're
my
picking
bed.
on things now because you've had a bad day and you're on
You know
probation,
where the cat's been?
and you should stop
Probably on the
taking out
streets.
your problems.
You want the streets on
on
your bed?
Cats, because the cat wasn't the one that got you in trouble with the watch. So there.
Right. You do your bedrooms however you want to do your bedrooms.
I do just.
Don't use mine as an example.
I know we
No.
spoke about taking him to the temple and then swinging by the Growlands, but I don't think that's a sensible idea. I know that it's good to get some information before we go tomorrow, but we're going to go tomorrow regardless. We've had a bit of a rough day. If
Okay.
we know Xanathar's there, we know the Zentrum have watchers posted. The worst thing we can do now is get ourselves into a scuff this time of night when we've all had a bit of a long.
Well,
So that being
It's
said, like if we're gonna go tomorrow, then let's not be committed that we're going in tomorrow. If we show up and there's reasons why we might not want to do it tomorrow, we don't do it
That's
tomorrow.
fine, I think that's sensible, but I think the worst thing we can do now is put ourselves in hot water right before, we're getting ready to hunker down for the night, weather's turning.
well,
I know you like to go in hot, but we gotta
what about if I just go and have a quick look around now?
It's too risky. People know what we are and who we are.
People, I mean, I could be anything.
Those things that Xanathar would have posted, they don't see like normal people see.
There are gazers,
Oh, that thing we
the
killed.
things that were killed in the sewers.
You don't know that they're not going to oust you immediately.
There's a storm. I feel like I'm about to power up.
Okay. Well, let's get a good night's sleep then, because
Well, do
I mean,
you want to run this guy just to the
yeah,
temple,
let's just
or-
drop him at the
Okay.
temple.
quick to the temple.
So who's taking the guy to the
We'll
temple?
go in.
I won't go. I'm gonna stay home and do something.
Sure. Everyone is going
We're
except
literally
you.
running in the rain to drop this guy off at a temple.
Yeah, you're all like you're Naruto running, through water deep to the temple.
Why am I always doing things I don't agree with?
I'm gonna stay behind. I'm gonna cast light on that. Probably drift globe again, and then just give it to someone that can't see it.
Okay, you cast light on the thing, and then you run with it blown.
I'm so sorry about this.
And the guy's like, oh! Yeah, it's just
I'm using it to shelter now from the rain.
and put a canvas on top of it. So you're running like a tent.
But he's facing face down, so it's like his head's just.
Okay, so the Holy Hand's house is now a temple to all, to many deities, mostly non-human ones, because the humans are very well represented in Waterdeep, like Dwarven, Gnomish, Halfling pantheons. It has an outer courtyard with like open air shrines that is all snowed in, but with the rain now it's washing out, but there's no one there. And then there's a whole central big round structure that kind of runs in rings, and there has shrines to many different temples with a central altar that is quite neutral and has statues from a lot of different pantheons. And you and
I'm
you. Oh, you're not there.
And you're not
So you guys. Oh, you're not there. Oh, yes.
Oh, it's
of course.
just me.
It was just you, Niall. So you would know that that's the case.
Why am
you
I
can
doing
just
this?
you can just run inside, and there are like acolytes and priests from many deities. Although because it's like an open area that has an inn at the back that is also run by the priests, so you can spend the night there. At this time of the night, there will be no congregations or anything like that. You just run straight to the inn. That is
Yes.
at the back. So you go in, past the courtyard, storm. The ominous statues of different like races and cultures, kind of like offering almost like a path to go through storms. All the gargoyles and the statues, they all look like scary at this time of night. And you run all the way in, boom, open the heavy oak doors, and you're now standing there, guy in tow, in the middle of the floor of the inn.
Are you with me as well?
Yeah, I was
I think
carrying
the
him.
three of us
And
are.
a kind of
Just
like
the two.
like kind of like a cappuccino monk, which is those that wear like the long brown robes where the cappuccino comes from because the color looks like that. And with a really long chain, it's a halfling, really long chain with some kind of
Not so long.
for halfling, with a kind of like an incenser hanging there, and it is smoking, so it's constantly smoking into his nose, and he looks at you.
Yes, just need to drop off this soggy man. Can you look after him, please?
His brain's been scrambled. You need to really look after him.
Oh, another homeless person.
No,
for
no,
tonight.
not
Yes,
home.
of course we
He's-
can.
he
We
has
can
a-
take care
He
of
has
him.
a home, but he was tortured.
The guy's like,
Not by us. We rescued him.
No, he didn't. He saved himself.
He saved himself.
What?
He killed and melted many people on his
Yeah.
escape.
Bring him here, please.
and he points towards the side thing. He kind of like giving you all a weird look as you. The man is like, oh yes, I was tortured. I want to go home.
Okay, just bring him there and wait here, please.
And he kind of goes to the side.
We should just quickly.
We need to stop name dropping ourselves in all these situations.
Why don't we
And comes back with the dwarven woman that is, she's wearing like priestly robes and has a massive amulet that you immediately recognize as a dwarven god with a hammer and an anvil. She has like bronze skin. You would probably, with your knowledge of religion, you probably recognize from like the far mountains in the north from Montabar or something like that. I can't remember. And she has like she has like a stern look and look at you both.
I'm with him as well. Just
Oh yeah, okay. Tortured man.
Yeah.
What happened here?
Found him in the street.
He'll tell you
He'd
everything
been
as soon as he
tortured
comes
by
to.
some bad people, and he escaped. We just found him, and he said his god was Lathander. So we thought, well, we bring him to Lathander, and you will heal him.
She makes a sign with her hand, and the halfling priest kind of like takes the man and starts like
Okay, come with me. I'll take care of you.
and brings him like beyond the door where the woman came from, and the woman is with you. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage, with advantage, because you're not lying. It's such a non-believable story.
Oh shit, that's terrible. 8.
Should have gone with
Sure. Give me all your names, please. I need someone to check this in as part of the procedure.
Yeah.
She goes
Oh, did you hear that thunder? Oh,
back to the
right, good
desk.
day.
I've got this,
No.
guys. You can go.
No,
now.
you're not- I'm
it was
gonna
nice to
need-
meet you, by
I'm
the
gonna
way.
need
The
all
people
your
I've never
names,
seen
please.
before in my entire life. Thank you for your help.
I'm gonna need all your names, please.
Well, they just helped me carry him. I found
No,
them, so.
no, I don't go. He says, and one of the statues that is outside, you hear a rumble, and one of the dwarven statues kind of like animates and stands outside the inn. Don't go, please.
Oh, that's very threatening.
The hell is this? How does this happen every time? What's this earth man doing in the way?
I just need your names, and you can go.
Isn't it a shame that you're gonna flash that badge anymore?
Well,
Well.
Can you not just tell the truth better?
my name is
Give it another go.
Niall Win. My name is Genhorn. I
Genhorn?
work for the Enclave.
Of the Emerald Enclave, very good.
So I'm bound to protect people, which is why I brought this man in for your.
That's good. Yes,
Yeah.
we will just confirm your story. You
But
don't
be
have
careful because I think his mind's been tampered with.
to. Sure.
Sounds a bit crazy.
We'll take care of the problem. We just need to confirm the story. This is
Confirm?
all very
How?
strange.
You just ask him, the guy who
Yes,
bought
we
you.
will, but we want your names in case we need to get back in touch
He
with
doesn't
you.
even know our
We need to
names.
report, instances of torture and manipulation to the City Watch. So you brought this person here. So
Yeah, you can't do that.
now within, sorry, what's your name?
Elgin.
Make a deception check.
we've heard of you, the drug dealer.
Oh!
-1. It's a 1.
It's the one. Look, I mean, it looks like you, man of faith, you know that we can do this the hard way. So why don't you? I mean, why are you even lying to me?
It's been an awful day. I've got some bad news.
Now I have more reason to suspect you if you're trying to hide your identity.
It was
If your story is true, then
we're just trying to do a good deed. Now we're being
yes.
swapped by an
But you
Earthman.
brought a tortured
Now
man
we're being
with.
told I'm a liar.
Well, everything I'm saying is exactly the facts we are establishing.
Why isn't his name enough? Hey, why is it gonna be all of us?
Well, because you brought a tortured man with like weird claims about what he was being tortured for, so I need to confirm this. I'm going to have to
And what if we
talk to
didn't
the
bring
watch.
him? What if we didn't bring him? Hey,
Well, but you did.
you're gonna be out there all alone in the storm.
If the watch needs to more information about how this man came to be in your care,
The watch is
I need to
useless.
be able to direct them
Yeah,
somewhere. So,
yeah.
what's your name?
I am the watch.
I was the one. I tapped it.
Niall.
Niall, from or surname?
Went to God, and you might know my father has a shop.
So, right, Niall, Winter Garden. The father has a shop. Oh yeah, Winter Garden. We buy from them.
Oh, you shop there.
Yeah, we buy from them a lot.
And do you have a discount?
Well, yes, we do. Of course, as all temples do.
Not anymore.
Your father is.
You've crossed the wrong man.
Listen, you, sir.
Keth from Icewind Dale.
It's not a deception anymore at this point because it's your like you believe it at this point.
I don't have a last name, so I just tell them where I'm from.
yeah.
I like to think you have some wine with you as well, yeah?
Just get that snow.
Finish
out of my
writing.
pocket.
Very well.
We should have
Thank you for the service you provide to this man, and in case the Situat needs more information, I'll give them your names, and that's all. Thank you very much for your service. And she walks back inside. There's only another woman, quite old, kind of like grey hair. She looks to be a gnome standing on a stool behind the bar, and it's just looking at you all while she's cleaning the bar, smiling. And the weird statue that animated outside, as the woman leaves, it goes and takes it plays in the pedestal outside.
That's pretty cool. Why can't you do that?
Maybe I can.
Looking like Santa, yeah. Anyway, after this little show, probably infiltration is not the best thing to do with the Growlhounds.
Yeah.
With the what?
With the Growlhounds.
Ah, sorry.
Should we
I understood
maybe
the
not have this
greyhound
conversation in front of the creepy smiley lady?
Yeah, that's it. Let's go.
So, what are you doing in the meantime? What are you doing?
I will go to my room
Mm-hmm.
and get out my forgery kit and try and make myself a Greyhound's badge.
You need metal. So you can.
It's got little bits and pieces. Wouldn't I have like badges and bits and
Okay.
bobs?
Okay, I'm gonna say it's gonna be difficult, but just because it needs like chiseling, and if it was a leather thing, or if because the forgery kit is mostly for like letters.
What
or-
if I, instead of chiseling it, I just like paint it on effectively?
So you're gonna try to make one that you can just say.
Yeah, like don't
Like
get
that's-
too close, 5 foot away.
Yeah, I'm here to see. Okay, make a check.
If I help.
Do you want to help?
Well,
Oh, no, you-
I don't
you-
know.
I'm not
you
going to
can't
ask
help.
you for help.
You cannot help because you're not proficient.
I'm proficient in
You're a
duels,
goody two shoes.
But he didn't ask me to do it, and he's
Okay.
keeping it secret. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 19 plus I have proficiency, and what's the skill? Intelligence.
This would be intelligence.
20. What's that proficiency? Plus 2. 23.
23.
Very good.
Okay, yeah, you grab pieces of metal. I'm gonna say, you would know, because of your experience with forgery and everything, that in situations, so if you're not doing this against someone that is very knowledgeable about how one of these badges look, on what they represent, if you're doing it to someone that is lower rank,
Yeah.
it should work. It is a pretty good imitation. If you're doing it to the black stuff, you know.
Why is the
Hey!
magic not working?
What if he swapped it with his?
So yeah,
Does he know?
it is.
I would
No.
It's a pretty good imitation. You think that if you had more of, you could further improve it. I'm going to say that you can further improve it if you take the time to grab some of the specific materials and gems with the specific colors and the metals of the real thing. Because you had to paint to kind of like make up for the fact that you don't have the specific things, because it's a very well constructed and you might imagine expensive badge, the real thing. Right.
I'm just chilling.
Yeah, it's just chilling. Okay, yeah, just chilling with the kids and everyone, and Elgin disappears back into the thing. Fucking black antlers, who the fuck are they? And he disappears down there. You guys eventually make it back to the manor. This is gonna take you some time, so you're gonna be spending like hours doing this thing, like a couple of hours at least.
Yeah.
So you all go back, and it's just Mill in the tap room there.
Well, I'll start it now, and then because of like how watch kind of works and stuff, I'll do it. when
Okay,
my-
you'll do it when. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can all be there. So is there anything else you want to do?
Bedtime.
We want to plan. Or we,
We're not. If we're not gonna, we need to have.
so we're just going to rock up there.
Well, we need to have. We'll need to go. We're not going to necessarily go in. I think was talking out of
Yeah, but once we get there, what do we do? Just look.
Yeah.
Have we got an idea of whether we infiltrate, whether we're gonna use the context we have, whether we're going to?
I think we're at our best when we're being a bit pragmatic. Maybe we can see if we can spot one of the Xanatars. No, if they're going to be those big watchers. Maybe one of the Zentarim sentries posted around there. See if we can extract them from their duty and see what we can get in terms of information.
What else would they be able to tell us?
Well, they might be able to tell us how many men are posted around, whether they know where the gazers are, who's been in and out, if they've got information on the stone, the Grohans themselves.
I mean, based on how your past attempts have gone, I wouldn't imagine it would be very successful information extraction.
Well, I mean,
the last time you tried that, you didn't really get anything out of it, did you?
in the
That's
years
good.
of work that I've done, it's been quite successful. Maybe not within the last 10 days. To be honest with you, I was out of work for 4 or 5 years.
Very well.
Well, he died before you could ask him all the
Was
questions,
it
though, right?
a Jack
Yeah.
of Hearts you'd given me? Or
Well,
was it?
Jack of Hearts.
yeah, he
as
was
a neighbour.
pretty wounded by your severe bludgeoning to him, if I recall.
Was it that? I thought he died of heart attack.
He met with some unfortunate circumstances. The man didn't have a hand to start with, so it
Wasn't going to last long, was it?
wasn't going well for him.
I pull out a card. There's a Jack of Hearts. When I parted from the Gentleman Apes, they gave me this. It's a calling card.
It's a Jack of Hearts.
Playing
Jack of
card.
Hearts.
It's a playing card.
It's a playing card, yeah. But a calling card as well.
Okay.
I still think that once we're there, I don't know what to do. But I still think that gaining access to the compound or the villa and talking to them, to the I mean, if they really are there, the Gentleman Apes might be our best shot.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's the only inn we have. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Well, that and I've got that strenuous connection to the Castellantas by blood, but I mean, I don't feel hugely comfortable playing that card, if I'm honest with you.
This one?
Ha!
I
That
also
one.
have one of those if we need those.
What, a playing card?
Yeah.
I
A
think
whole set.
that's enough for each of us. How believable is that?
Well,
There'll be one of those in there.
I guess we have a sleep on it then and decide in the morning.
I think
If
that's...
no one attacks us during our night's sleep.
Yeah, seems like the best thing. Well, let's get up early as we can. It's, what, 10ish now?
Also, if we do get attacked in the middle of the night, rather than staying and fighting people, I think we should try and move to the centre of the house and try and alarm everyone else because it makes it a bit easier to defend them.
Sure.
Just, rather than standing in the window and getting stabbed to death. Not that that was your fault.
So don't investigate noises outside the window.
We'll investigate, but then, you know.
You hear a noise and you run to the centre of the house, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right. What if it's just a bird?
Well, alright.
Sorry for waking everyone up.
Well,
There was a bird outside the house.
how many birds have there been outside the house, and how many murders? There's been a lot more murderers than birds recently, so the likelihood is it's murderers, not birds.
Yeah, birds don't make that much noise.
Will I have an exact count of how many birds have passed by the house?
Sorry.
Stats for that.
Yeah, how many birds?
I mean, you know the sound of a bird, right?
I know it's like 9 murders, so
Yes. Yes.
I think you know the difference.
like a murder of murderers.
Sometimes it's just scuffling. Could be anything. Could be a cat.
Anyway,
Let's get some rest.
alright.
Okay.
Level up.
You level up, and
So we wanted to rest for no reason.
No.
you all level up. There you have. You're now level 4. So
So I've spent all my hit dice, which means
Oh,
if
yeah.
I level up, I don't get any hit points unless I spend more hit dice.
You get
But
full
I get
for level up.
you get 2 back for leveling up.
2 hit points back.
No, you get all
2
your
hit dice.
You get all your hit points back on level, don't you?
That's like a video game thing.
No,
No.
it's not ding. Like I.
But I get
I thought
the
it was. I had the
amount
thing. I was like,
that I increase back as well.
Yes, so you get 2 back just by resting. Normally, you just get 2 back that you can spend at the end of your long rest. You can roll them to heal more.
Yes. But
New hit
but I get the
points.
new hit points added on automatically. I don't
Yes, the
need to-
hit points get added automatically.
That's cool.
So it pulls up your max and
And
those.
so I'm only 1 down, so at the end of the long rest I'll be 1 down.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't want to spend any hit dice yet.
yeah, sure. And you guys, you all picked your things. Is there anything weird I need to know about, or did you do like fairly simple level ups?
Simple.
Simple?
Stats by stats.
No feats, no like crazy feats.
I took
I
a feat
told
on
you
that
what I
crazy
did.
one.
What feat you do?
The Warcaster.
Warcasting. Okay.
Uh,
So no story-based gift feats. I mean.
I might take Arcanist. I'm going to roll a dice. I'm split between taking Arcanist and just bumping my dex up by 2.
Sure, go for it.
So,
Alchemist.
Arcanist.
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 What is the
What's
roll name?
Arcanist?
1, 2, 3 Arcanist, 4, 5, 6 dex increase. 4, 5, 6 dex increase.
What was Arcanist?
Arcanist. It gives you more like magic stuff.
It'll increase my intelligence. Actually, I'm just going to do that. It's the more interesting one.
Yeah, it is more interesting and matches the character. It's not like a crazy feat that doesn't make sense for the character.
Is it going to be available?
Help with
Actually,
accuracy.
You are able to
Hmm?
disable
Help
the
and accuracy.
feats
Yeah.
preconditions
If you want to.
Sorry. You just need to. If it's one of the Unearth Arcana one, you need to like click options. Unearth Arcana content in your character sheet. In any case, I think it's almost 6:30, so let's take a break here. So let's take because we're doing 1 break now. We're not doing 2 anymore. So let's do like a bit longer break. So we have some food, we chill for a while, and when we come back, we'll see where this leads. It will lead to
probably my death.
the theater.
Theater of Dreams.
See you soon.
Where do